Greetings and welcome to you, brave citizens of our new world. It's me, Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius, Dr. Terrawat, coming to you live from the Layer 4.0. Once again, we're playing ourselves some D&D tonight. For all of you lovely people that are joining us from our evil genius streams as of recent, hello and welcome. I tonight am going to be, once again, your hopefully kind and benevolent DM, coming in and dungeon mastering for our B team. There was some confusion on what that means for some people the other day. B team is an effective reference to the fact that there is an A team, which is what we started this Dungeons and Dragons campaign with, and then through some funding goals, we started a campaign for the community, and so a bunch of community members joined in, and we started a second team, which we've now referred to lovingly as the B team. B team has been traveling all over the continent, getting up to all kinds of shenanigans. Recently, they finished up some quests down here in the town of Alderth, narrowly surviving the ravages of the Hunter's Moon and getting their way through the mega dungeon of Waycrest Manor. Now they move north, attempting to find another means with which to cross the river and head north towards the town of Egress, which I'm probably going to rename at some point. So just watch out for that. I might re-release this map with some changes. Just some retcons, because we've been doing this D&D campaign for a couple years now, and this is my first iteration at map making and whatnot. So hello! And hello to all of you lovely people who are in the chat. Just real quick, want to say hi to we got Mercenary Pen here. I see Tiny Intern, Rust, Stain, Kara the Volcano Shark. We got Claire and Rainer and Esteban and Tonberry. And yeah, all you lovely people, hello, come on in. Take a seat. But of course, this wonderful collaborative storytelling event that is Dungeons & Dragons would not be complete without our wonderful players that we have here, the 6 adventurers that we have in the B team. Starting from the top, it's Esteban playing our skeleton archer Talrand.
I'm a contradiction.
That's fair. And up next, we've got Rainer playing our draconian sorcerer, Drakiar.
Insert B joke here.
Bees. And of course, we've got Keldaka Grey coming in playing our kobold cleric, Snick.
Snick doesn't know if he'd like ice cream. Is it made of people?
And of course, we've got Quad coming in, thankfully taking a break from playing Foxhole for a few minutes to come in and play some D&D with us, playing his Warforged Warrior Alloy.
I don't believe in fairies.
And of course, we've got Palanthir playing our Air Genasi rogue, Caleb.
And much like Quad, I'm taking a break from VR because I banged my knee and I got a bit of a headache.
Oh, man. That shit will make you sick.
Yeah, I'm close to getting my VR legs, or legs, if you would.
Legs. And last but certainly not least, of course, we've got Ambisaurus Rex coming in and playing our Goblin Bard Piffles.
Ah.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. Ouch. So. Twist your head the wrong way and it snaps. When last we left our intrepid adventurers, you guys were making your way along the road northward, sort of getting onwards, avoiding sort of the main roads, as you guys were going along. Allow me to quickly help to reset the scene, with some music. Let's go down here. That'll work. There we go. And of course, as you guys had made your way out of Alderth and out of Waycrest Manor, our skeleton archer Talrand was reunited once again with his adoptive daughter, who was also a vampire.
At this point, it's going to be a running debate on which one of us is actually older.
Yeah. So, Arami, who was a child at that time, over the century or so in between, has sort of matured into a vampiric young woman and now rides with you guys in your cart that you received as you were exiting the town. You were gifted a horse and buggy. There we go.
A freaking dope horse and buggy.
Yes.
This shit is tripped out.
As most of sort of the nobility of Alderth had realized that Waycrest Manor was housed to a lot of vampires, and the Lord Waycrest himself was a vampire lord and had turned into mist and escaped the town, they decided they really didn't want his extremely fancy carriage trundling about. And so you guys are making your way along. That said, there is also one little sort of thing I would like to quickly retcon before we continue. Also, Kara, thank you for the stretch and the hydrate. I will do those momentarily. Thank you very much. And the thing I wanted to retcon really quickly is that the chest that you guys have that's built into the carriage, the chest of holding that you have, is still its own same thing. There's nothing really changing about that. But the small, child-sized coffin that the daughter Arami was sort of climbing into itself, as it turns out, is not an extra-dimensional space on the inside. Arami just possesses the ability to shrink herself down to a child's size in order to comfortably fit into it.
So you did not give us a singularity bomb then?
I did not, no. I realized that I kind of made her... I made her a coffin, like an extra-dimensional space, as a thing that would work and be fun, but also I was like, but vampires can just do shit, like change their fucking appearance and size and stuff. And I was like, so then she just, like, shrinks down to child size and then hides inside her usual coffin when she needs to.
Piffles, we have a snack-sized vampire.
At times, she is sort of able to take on, like, her like, toddler size, when she needs to. It is, what's the name? What's the name of that kid from Demon Slayer?
She got Nezucode.
Yeah, she's Nezucode. So she's able to to shrink down to sort of, like, kid size to fit inside the box. And yeah, just to put everybody at ease a little bit more about riding around in a carriage with an extra-dimensional space in it, that there isn't another second extra-dimensional space which can accidentally be turned into an explosive. So yeah, while you guys were traveling north on the road, of course, you did come across a gentleman who stepped out from his campfire with the other sort of vagrants who are hanging about on the side of the road, asking if they could perhaps have any of what you have in your carriage to share with them, as they are poor travelers. This was immediately met with some reactions by our resident archer.
What's up?
They
Poor
ask
choice
for
of
something, we
words.
give them steel.
Just wanted to double check, is that indeed the action that you wanted to take?
The choice of words they used.
The choice of words they used was, if you're traveling in such a nice carriage, you probably have a lot of extra stuff with you, and it would be very polite of you if you would like to share some of your cargo with us.
Which, the only cargo, Talron, actually, pretty much the only cargo of the thing that isn't, like, adventuring gear, which doesn't really count as cargo, is his daughter. And
Yep.
that's not happening.
That
And,
is not happening.
yeah, no, I don't see Talron reacting any other way.
Good.
Especially just after Caleb made him aware of the sudden shift in, oh no, she's an adult now, and
Yes. The fact that
Boys.
she's now a young woman, and Talron has got the big dad energy of swatting away the boys that will inevitably be coming after coming after his daughter.
The bow becomes a double barrel shot.
Yeah, that bow now becomes a double barrel shotgun. As you
mean-
stand and immediately make ready to fire your arrows in a swift motion, it appears as though the gentleman who was on the road was prepared for such an action, and you guys are now in combat. Move your tokens onto the table, and then select your token and roll. For initiative, we're going to bring up the initiative table. We're also going to remove feral orcs from the initiative table. If we could, for a moment. There you go. Yeah, put yourselves, and then mark on your icon, like, with something. If you're inside the carriage, you can mark on it that, like, I don't know, like a net or something like that, like I've done on Drakir's icon there. All right. Now, this fellow, we're gonna... Okay, gonna be like that. There we go. There we go. And we're gonna pop that out and move that over there. Boop.
Right.
Okay. We need to add in a guy. And that's at... What are you doing? There we go. And good. Let's put them in sending.
Where is the door on the carriage, by the way?
You know what? I'll mark that. Let's go and say that there is doors there and there. There you go. So those are the areas you can pop out of. So you guys were inside. Piffles, are you inside?
I think I was from last time.
And Arami is also inside.
Also, do we still have temporary hit points from Snicker? Are those gone now?
We would still have them because we didn't actually get 8 hours of rest. Therefore, it's been not less than 8 hours.
Okay.
It has not yet been 8 hours. Bleh.
Bleh.
Just trying to make sure I keep track of these things.
Ew, gross. Bleh.
Bleh.
All right. And so, is everybody good? Everybody ready? Everybody rolled?
We're short 2 people.
Oops.
Oh, sorry,
Oop.
my bad.
It's okay.
I was thinking about it because I'm doing a ready action, so.
What the?
We have had a lot of...
It's a 5-night.
It's a 5 night.
Yeah.
5 nights at Autometh.
5 nights, burgers and dies.
Mediocre burgers.
All right, so Sneck's there at 5, Piffles at 5, Caleb at 5, Alloy at 9, Drakir at 10, Talon at 23, and the rogues did critical on their roll, so now they are at 24.
We're off to a great start.
Oh, yes.
It certainly says a lot when the 10 is the third best roll.
Yep. Now, between Sneck, Piffles, and Caleb, which of you has the higher dex modifier? Like Piffles should be at the bottom because you crit failed even though you got a 5.
Caleb crit failed as
Yeah,
well.
I did.
Yeah,
Crit failed as well.
technically, Caleb,
And they're tied on dex.
Yeah, they both have +4. I only have +2.
Okay, both of you roll a d20. Sneck and Caleb.
Oh,
Yeah, you guys roll a d20 each of you. 13 and 3. Okay, so yeah, we got then Sneck, then Caleb, and then Piffles. Because Piffles, you critical failed on your initiative roll. I'm gonna put you at the bottom of the mound of 5s that exist.
Piffles hasn't
So
rolled
did
again
Caleb,
yet.
though.
no, so did Caleb. I'm
Yeah,
the only
so
one that
did
didn't.
I.
Wait, Caleb also rolled. Oh my God. Okay, never mind then.
We both
Okay.
critically failed.
That's sorry. I misread. Something else. That is my bad.
So just
Thank you for pointing that out.
Piffles roll, and then it'll just
Yeah.
do
So
things.
then Caleb and Piffles, both of you roll a d20.
Caleb rolled a d20. Got that.
Caleb rolled a
there.
3. Yeah, so Piffles roll a D. All right, cool. So that puts Caleb at the bottom. That's okay. We'll make it through this. We'll get through, guys. It's okay. All right. There is a lot of money and jewelry, more or less. No
Also,
ripping pocket dimensions. You stop that.
I don't know if this is intentional or not, but we're lacking the usual ambient music.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
I was
wasn't
waiting
sure.
until all this gets done. I didn't want the music playing while we were rolling initiative.
Okay, cool.
All
Making
right.
sure.
And so,
So, do they react before I actually fire, or just as I start firing?
yeah, as you like when he says, you know, if you're gonna maybe share some of the goods that you've got in your carriage, you immediately like stand to fire with your bow, and he like quick draws a light crossbow from his side that he had like sort of under a cloak, and he makes a quick shot at you with this. Does a 22 hit you?
Perhaps. Yes, it does.
Does maybe shut up. Okay. It is 9 piercing damage as the bolt catches you in one of your shoulder bones. We have people who are like resident folks who are good at these sorts of things who can answer that question properly. But as these guys are
Ignore
going at
that.
the same time, he makes that shot at you, and then immediately a bunch of these other guys start rushing out. All right, and then that fellow can move. Yeah, he can move. Okay, yeah. If they have to double move though in order to get within range, but they quickly move to surround the carriage. Some of them vaulting over a boulder, and another guy stepping out into the open, also taking out a light crossbow, firing it at our driver. Does a 24 hit you?
Yes.
6 piercing damage. As an arrow clangs into your metal body.
Oh no. 6 of all of my health.
All right. Up next is Talrin.
I guess I had temporary hit points. Hold on a second. I have to give myself 5 more health back.
Oh no.
A little bit quiet, Talrin.
Am I coming through on the right mic?
Yeah,
Sounds like it.
I'm hearing you clear.
Okay. Talrand, now standing up, having full ability to look, shouts, 3 idiots left side, 3 idiots right side, 4 idiots left side, 2 dead men in front.
Nice. My bad, I had him turned down a bit, it seems. That's okay. Whisper makes 3 shots. Let's see. A 14 doesn't hit, so the first shot whizzes just past him, but the next 2 shots after land on your target. I'm assuming you're shooting at this guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Talrand has a... Oh. Damn it, I meant to activate Hunter's Mark beforehand.
I'll allow it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's whatever. Like, I mean, it's fine, so I'll put a little mark on him. There you go.
He has
Yeah.
Hunter's Mark on him.
All right.
I much appreciate that.
Roll me 2 damages from your dread ambusher, your bow named Whisper. There we go.
And 1 second.
And then -5 and -5 from the Hunter's Mark. Excellent. All right. The 2 shots, one of them landing in his leg and the other one hitting him in the shoulder. As he sort of struggles to keep his arm with holding the light crossbow up. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
Be frustrated at my dread ambusher.
That's fair.
It's 2d8 plus my modifiers, and I got double 1s.
Yeah, that's yeah, roll. Oh my god, yeah, Dread Ambusher got 2 1s +5 +1. Fuck. All right. Dracula, you're up. Alloy, you're on deck. Wait, hold on.
What was
Acolyte? Oh, because Acolyte Sneck re-rolled their thing and put themselves at 13 instead of 5. All right.
What was Estebane's daughter's name again?
Arami.
Arami.
I motion to Arami and let her know that she might want to get back into her coffin right now.
She nods at you when you do that.
And then
She should go on the table here. I don't know how. Like off the top of my yeah, I did spell it right. Okay. I'll give her a standard 10. So she'll go after Dracula.
Ooh, I did not. Oh. I am using a bonus action to burn a first level spell slot to get back a sorcery. Is it 1 or 2 sorcery points for a first level spell slot? God dang it, load.
Yeah, I'm going to start doing that thing where
wait,
I'm
no.
just like, your turn's up next, so that you can figure this stuff out ahead of time if you can.
All right, it's 1 point for first level spell slot.
Okay.
And then for my main action, I am going to prep Burning Hands for in case anyone opens up the door on this side.
Okay. So you're going to make a held action?
Yep.
Okay, and it is when someone opens that door, you're going to blast off Burning Hands?
Yeah, someone who's not one of our team members.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Arami, when you motion, like, you need to get back into your coffin, she immediately opens the door to the tiny coffin, shrinks down, and shuts it, disappearing inside of it. And you can also see the sides on it, the little latches and locks that fix themselves into place. Alloy, you're up.
All right.
Oop de doop doop doop. Here I go, kill it again.
Yep.
Ambles up to him.
Blender
Let's see. Top guy. First attack.
Oh.
Okay, for the first dude, that does unfortunately miss.
Gonna hit him again.
That hits. My God. 12 slashing. So your sword swing and a miss on the first one, but then you bring it around, carrying the momentum, slamming into him, doing a pretty sizable amount of his health. He's looking pretty bloody after that.
Oh. That's gonna be it for now.
Okay. Alloy, you're done. So Sneck, it is your go. Piffles, you are on deck.
I'm actually holding my action. If anything opens the door, I'm going to... or any non-party member opens the door from the outside, I'm going to leap out onto them and attempt to stab them with the dagger.
Okay. Are you actually going to try to, like, grapple and then stab?
No, it's more just like launching myself in their general direction.
Yeah,
Suddenly very aggressive kobold.
you're gonna try to stab if they open the door. Okay, so that's another held action. And Piffles, you're up. Caleb, you are on deck.
Right.
Out of curiosity, is Alloy affected by sleep enchantments, seeing as how he is made of stuff and doesn't sleep?
Let me take a quick look here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Alloy, are you affected by sleep enchantments by chance?
You don't need sleep, and magic can't put you to sleep.
Sweet. So
Bam.
you are not Sleepy Boy. So I am going to crack open that window a little bit, and I am going to cast Sleep.
Oh, you cut out.
Oh, right, I have to hold the button down. Sorry.
That's okay.
It's within 20 feet of where I want to cast it. So if I cast it here, it should hit all of the baddies.
100%. Yeah, if you cast it off of that spot right there, it'll hit
That's
each of
what
them.
I'm going for because it's from it's from a point that I choose. So I'm gonna cast Sleep.
You might want to cast it on, as Debate is pointing out, you may want to, we'll say you cast it on that guy. It'll get everyone, and then also not yourself.
Yes, that's what I was trying to go for, yes.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
good.
so aim for that dude. Or the spot just behind him where those two guys are.
Awesome. So casting that spell, link it in the chat for me. You gotta push the button. You gotta push the talk, you gotta push it. No, it's okay.
Do that and look at my character sheet and stuff, or else the whole thing is just gonna get filled up with whatever thing I have to hold down to make myself talk.
That's fair. Did you want to do like a toggle so that you just press it to turn your mic on and press it again to turn it off?
Maybe we'll see. I'll end up toggle it off. So
Sure. You futz around with it. So 24 HP of creatures with...
I'll link the info for you in the chat if you need it.
Oh, please. Yes, if you could.
There you go, friend.
Yeah, so... Oh my god. Yeah, you roll 5d8, and the total is how many HP of creatures this spell can affect. Creatures within 20 feet to the point you choose within range are affected in ascending order of their current HP. Oh, fuck. Alright, so... so it starts from the lowest HP and works its way up. Which is great. So instead of doing that damage to them, it just goes through and it's like, this many people pass out. Alright, so... When that happens... 2 of these bandits pass out. The one that he struck, and then the one immediately next to him. The both of them fall asleep.
Bitchin'.
The other 2 that are standing there immediately look over to their 2 now unconscious companions. They're like, oh, shit!
And I stare back at them.
All right. Piffles, is that your turn?
We might be in over.
That's my turn. I'm just gonna lower the curtain back down, hope they didn't actually see me casting that and think their 2 comrades just passed out from Alloy.
Well, I imagine because you're a bard, you cast your music with your kazoo or something.
I was doing I'll say I was whispering a melody because it can be pretty much anything. It
That's
doesn't
true.
have to be it doesn't have to be
sleep.
yeah, exactly. Go to sleep, little assholes.
I'm just thinking Avengers,
Avengers
Age of Ultron. Go to sleep, 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 go to sleep.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Although, to be right, should I be go to sleep, slap, go to sleep, slap?
Shut up, go to sleep, yeah, so 2 of them pass out. Caleb, you're up, and it is the thief's turn after.
Alright, Steve's turn after. Do I really want to exit the caravan? I kinda have to. In order to do anything.
You can make a ready to action as well, if the door opens.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So
All
what
right,
that would dictate is you don't move anywhere during the initiative order, but you can say, you can dictate the means in which your action will activate. So, like they said, if someone opens this door and it's not one of our allies, I will do X. So in this case, it's cast a spell or stab whoever is there. You can make a similar action if you want, because you're close enough to the door.
Alright, well, in that case, I will... If a non-ally tries to open the door, like, say, one of the thieves, I will use a new handy-dandy ability that I got. Thanks to me, Da's sword, I will cast Gust of Wind. Out that way. Whoops.
Gust of wind. Oh, so away from... Okay, cool.
So, open the door.
Alright.
Fuck you and take
Yeah, it is a strong wind, 60 feet long and 10 feet wide, blasts from you in a direction you choose from the spell's for the spell's duration. So you want it to originate basically here and to go away from where you are. You want it to go out.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Sweet. I don't have any sounds for gusts of wind. I feel kind of silly.
I could blow into the mic if you want, but no.
That's okay. All right. So it is the thieves' turn. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That guy moves up to that location. This dude, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 closes in, and the two of them that are there, we're gonna resolve these two guys. One of them, of course, the one that has been shot at by our good skeleton archer, opens up with his light crossbow against him again. Does a 19 hit you?
Yes.
Esteban.
Yes.
Yep. All right. That is 8 plus 2, so that is 10 piercing. All right, and the other one attempts to make another shot towards Alloy with his light crossbow. Does a 19 hit you, Alloy?
19 is my AC.
Ty goes to the defender. It just clangs off the side of your armor. All right. These two assholes are asleep. let me double check what the fuck that means. Let's see. If you're asleep, people just have like advantage on hitting you, I think. And all the information I'm attempting to look up. Roll20's having some trouble right now, in that everything I'm trying to open just doesn't work. Oh, they're unconscious. Yeah, so all unconscious creatures are incapacitated, so they can't move, they can't speak, and they're unaware of their surroundings. They drop whatever they're holding. They automatically fail strength and dex saving throws. Attack rolls against them have advantage, and any attack that hits the creature is a critical if the attacker is within 5 feet of them. So they're treated as unconscious. Here we go. We'll move it over to that, and I'll put that on my other monitor there just so that we have that handy. The other two bandits that are here, one of them immediately moves up and tries to make an attack with his sword towards Alloy. Slash! A 14 clangs off the side of your armor. Does no good. The other one makes a break for the door and pulls the door open. Drakiar, roll your attack. Sweet. They have to make a DC 15 dex save, and it's 20 fire damage in a 15-foot cone. So it goes to these squares here. So it is just going to affect that guy. That's okay. Does he make the dex save? Nope. So he takes... oh my god, 20 fire damage.
Does he just kind of incinerate?
Yeah, so he runs up to the door, pulls the door open. And he just and immediately just gets fucking incinerated, falling backwards dead on the ground.
Oh, he did.
On the other side, the three guys make their way to the door there, and one of them pulls the door open. So first we've got Sneck. Roll your attack with your dagger.
Do I roll with advantage for this since he has no idea I'm here?
Even if it's well, they're expecting to get resistance from someone in the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, there's doors on either side of the carriage itself. You slash with a dagger. Unfortunately, in your fervent moves, you do miss. But then suddenly, like this massive gust of wind picks up, blasting two of them away unless they make a strength saving throw. What is the DC for that?
Wait, 0? No, that can't be right.
No, it's not. Because it was linked for description, so you might have to like click it into the. Oh, right, and because you're a rogue, you don't have like a spell DC. So spell save DC is typically 8 plus your proficiency plus whatever your modifier is. To which I'm gonna say use your dexterity.
All right, so let's see here. This is
8 plus your proficiency plus your dexterity. What is that?
8 plus we're looking at 15.
15. So they have to make a 15 strength, I believe, saving throw.
That's what it says.
All right, let's see if they make that. Well, first one doesn't. The other guy that's standing next to him also biffs it. So how far do they get pushed if this happens? 15 feet. All right. Any creature in that line must spend 2 feet of movement for every feet of one that moves to get closer to you, and it disperses gas. So these two guys here, 5. No, he doesn't get wide. 15.
Jesus Christ, how horrifying.
Those two guys immediately get shoved away as a massive blast of wind opens up on those two things, pushing directly out. I'm also just gonna like put in here like a whoosh on those. There we go.
Beautiful.
Yeah, sure. Fucking beautiful. Love it.
Third
Alright,
guy
so
gets
yeah,
a
the
cobalt
wind
to the face.
blasting out of those two spots there. The last dude who's there barely manages to not get fucking blown the fuck away. Really only has eyes on Sneck, so he swings with his scimitar. Does an 8 hit you?
No.
What about Snake's held action? Snake.
Sneck took
You already
their held
did.
action. It missed.
Oh. Sorry.
That's okay. But yeah, so that last guy tries to cautiously get a stab in, and it misses horribly. Talrand, you're up. Drakyar, you're on deck. Fucking
Dude, that was
open
hitting.
it up with that. Bro, do the thing. With those two shots, I'm assuming at the same guy.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna. I accidentally put that on the screen there. The first one absolutely lands. The second one misses just narrowly. Roll damage for that first attack.
I'd like to roll higher than 5s on these. This is getting irritating.
All right, and that
Sorry.
is whoopsie
So
daisy.
14 plus the 5.
14 plus 5, so that is 19 damage. All right. So absolutely catches him also again in sort of like the lower left torso as he and he's sort of like trying to keep his fucking bow up. He's definitely bloody. He looks really rough. Is there anything else you want to do in your turn?
Tell him sorry, I'm having an off day. I'm in like the bottom quarter of my capability today, apparently.
Yeah, perhaps Talrand is a little distracted,
I've not
distressed
rolled higher. I've
by
not
his
rolled
daughter
higher than a
being in the
5,
carriage.
Except like twice.
I'm also gonna mark her thing, and I'm gonna be like, she's a ninja. I'm gonna give her a little ninja mark on her icon because she's hiding in a little box.
I think most of us been rolling a little low tonight, so
Ugh.
All right. Drakir, you are up, and Alloy, you are on deck.
I am going to again use my Font of Magic with a bonus action to spend my 5 sorcery points to get back a 3rd level spell slot.
Okay.
I am then going to step out. And I'm going to use said 3rd level spell slot to cast.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Yes. Like, do it. Where are you gonna let that bitch off?
Like around this area so that it hits this guy, and this guy, but not Alloy.
So you want him and him and
Well-
him, yes?
You have the spell shaping feat, right?
I have
Or the
that
ability?
requires more sorcery points, and I can't.
Yeah.
I mean, if
I
you held
just
your
used
action
all-
so ally could step back, then you could get them all.
Yeah. So like, we'll say around there, because yeah, it's a 20-foot radius. I think. So yeah, if you started from there, it would hit him. It would.
I can take it.
I could
He can
take
take
it.
it. I can fix him.
Yeah, if we go from there, then there it is. Yep, there it is. All right, so
We
if
can
we
rebuild him. We
if
have
we-
the technology.
if you hit that spot
No, we
there,
don't.
then that hits all 3 of them. They have to make a DC 15 dex save.
What about
And even if they do succeed, they still take half damage. The guy that's on the ground automatically fails that and is immediately incinerated.
If you try to hit that guy, you hit Alloy. It's a.
I was kind of going for the 2 sleeping guys, but whatever.
You can't hit both sleeping guys without
Yeah.
hitting Alloy.
you can
That's-
you can because it's a square, unfortunately, with the way that
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons works.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Classic
Unfortunately.
Magic's here. Cutie's here. They're still fighting off these guys who are attacking their caravan. So you let off another devastating fire spell. It just absolutely wipes the dude that's on the ground there. And then it's got these two guys caught in the blast. Let's see if they make it. DC 15. Nope.
Hell no.
And the second guy who's injured, he does manage to fucking take half from that. Rounded
That's still
down. So
15.
the first guy takes 29 damage. That's rough. That's dog. That's rough. Now let's see. Oh my god. That is 14 damage that the other guy takes. 29 rounded down. Because, yeah, half of 30 is it's 14. So we want to go minus 14 on his HP. He's looking rough. All right. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
If I can get a free skill check, intimidation, just give out a big draconic roar.
Absolutely, because here's the thing. There is actually no rules surrounding using skill checks during combat. I, as a DM, I'm going to allow the use of one skill check per round as a free action. So you can just do that, whatever. So yeah, roll me a skill check. Intimidation 18, nice. So you let out this absolutely monstrous dragon roar after you've incinerated two whole guys and done a bunch of damage to the other ones. Let's see, that guy's asleep. This fellow who's here, you know what? Let's say wisdom saves. Wisdom saves is what you use against fear, right? It's wisdom?
I believe so.
Okay. Okay. And then this fellow. Okay. Cool. Okay, cool. So everybody who's standing there is definitely hit by this. They're not going to obviously take the effects of a full-blown fear effect, but it is definitely affecting how they will act on their turn. So all of the dudes on your side of the carriage are not about this. Arami is still inside her little coffin. She Nezuko'd her way into her tiny coffin and is now hiding in there. Alloy, you are up. Acolyte Sneck is on deck.
It's time for kill mode. I am going to use
Murder.exe.
Fighting Spirit.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, link that for me in the chat. Link it in the chat.
Eh.
Fighting Spirit. Yeah, and you can help you strike true. As a bonus action on your turn, you can give yourself advantage on weapon attack rolls until the end of your current turn. So you're using like your bonus action to give yourself advantage on your attacks, and when you do so, you gain 5 temp HP, which is awesome. Okay, cool. So you got advantage. Who are you swinging at?
My bottom left.
Dude on the bottom left, so this fella right here?
Yep.
All right, roll. With advantage. Oh, yeah, 19 absolutely hits him. Roll for damage. 10 slashing. He's looking pretty bloodied. He's down 10 HP as you slash into his leather armor with your great sword.
I do it again.
Do it again.
Does a 25 hit?
25 absolutely fucking hits, yeah. Roll for damage. All right, your second attack cuts through him, manages to launch your sword pretty far down through his torso from his shoulder, and he collapses on the ground. He's a gross mess. His blood spurts out of his mouth as he loses consciousness and collapses.
Action Surge.
Fuck! Oh, God! Action
The 19
surge.
hit this guy.
Yeah, 19 absolutely fucking hits him.
I have done a pretty good job of narrowing down what his AC is.
Oh, yeah. So 10 slashing. You hit him again. He takes 10 slashing. He's looking rough as you run over and cut a large swath across him. My fucking god. Yes, a 25 hits him. I forgot that Action Surge gives you a whole extra fucking attack, and you have two attacks per attack action. You lunatic. 25 hits him. 11 slashing. Jeez, he's hanging on by a thread. Like,
Wait till he gets his third attack.
Murder party.
Murder party. Yeah, so you fucking cut the one bandit down and then run over, slash against this guy. He's looking awful.
Such a simple class, but still so satisfying.
Yeah, so fun. Argued to be tied with the monk on the easiest class to play in the game, but it's still so satisfying and so much fun. The fighter. But yeah, after you slash through him, is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
No, I'm spent.
Okay. I was like, is there anything else? You fucking murder machine. All right, Sneck, you're up. Piffles, you're on deck.
I'm rather bemused by the dichotomy of what these two groups are going through at this very moment. That's about to change.
So
But,
I'm
like-
gonna spiritual weapon right there.
Right there? Is it
There's
the floaty skull?
A laughing blue flaming skull.
Awesome. Let me get that. Let me get that for you. I still
Guys,
haven't. You know. I'm just gonna put the little thing there. There it is. As you cast the spell, your magical floating weapon, the blue flaming skull of the king appears in a space in front of the bandits. And immediately starts chomping at these guys.
19 damage.
Higher level cast. Do you have to roll? That was a 20 to hit. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a 20 to hit. It absolutely hits that dude. I assume is the dude you're going for.
Yeah, the one right in front of him was fine.
And then yeah, so it's typically a 7, but then at a higher level cast gives you an additional. Yeah, it gives you an additional D8. And then, yeah, so then that puts, with your +4, so it's 19 altogether. As it just absolutely, this thing just clamps down on him, on his shoulder. He looks awful. He is still conscious, but only just barely, as this thing just clamps into his neck and just pulling off his
clamps.
shooting everywhere. The guy's like, ah! This is screaming as like this hail of wind is blasting into him. Piffles, you
That's
are up.
probably not helping the
wait.
morale of all these guys I just intimidate on the other side. That they're hearing their buddy scream and having no idea what's going on.
That's my bad. What else did you want to do with your turn, Sneck? I apologize.
Can I stab this guy?
Yeah, summoning the spiritual weapons bonus action, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, so try to stab that other dude who's standing there. The Dagur with a 17 that hits. Roll for damage. 6 piercing. As you manage to wedge your blade up underneath some of the plates of his leather armor, and strike true into one of his sides. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
That's everything. That's my bonus action and my action.
All right, and Piffles, you're up. Caleb, you are on deck.
Piffles peers out the window again and says, whispers something to herself. You are slowly going crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, switch.
Oh my God, Disney
Slowly
whispers.
going crazy are you? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and dead. You have to do a wisdom saving roll.
Which one are you after? That guy?
That dude.
All right. Sweet.
He
So
hasn't.
the dude in the distance that's over there, he's got to make a DC 14 wisdom save,
Yeah,
or
it's got a 60-foot like range, so I can cast it on one creature within 60 feet of me.
he just whiffed it. So he takes 9 psychic damage.
Yeps.
Anything else happens to him?
I don't think so. Let me get the info up for you.
Okay.
It is always so amusing when the bard makes your pain and suffering into a song.
What I go for?
Make wisdom saving throw on a failsafe to take that damage, and must immediately use a reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed away from you. The creature doesn't. Yeah. So immediately, as this spell takes hold on him, as these whispers come through, the guy's just like, "Fuck this!" and just starts to bolt, vaulting over the rock. He takes off. And is starting to cheese it off into the distance there. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
I'm good.
All right, Caleb, you are up. Thieves are next, and then it's Talrin.
Okay, so in order to maintain concentration on a spell, is that a action, bonus action, or just a thing?
You are able to maintain concentration as a free thing. It doesn't require any actions really per turn. You can also dismiss it as a free action if you want.
Oh, I'm gonna maintain it.
Okay.
These fuckers anywhere close.
It's just a case of if you get hit, you have to roll concentration.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or you try and cast. You can only have one concentration spell at a time that's active.
That's
So if
also
you have
true.
one and you want to cast another one, it'll break the first one automatically.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I've rarely used concentration spells before. So,
Yeah.
guy on the opposite side of the carriage, this one. Is there a window right here?
There is a window that's next to you. Yes, it has a curtain that you can draw, but the window itself does not open.
It doesn't know. Okay.
You could just step through next square.
Yeah, as you say, you can step out of the carriage into that space if you want.
I wanted to step through the window, but if it doesn't open. Yeah,
You-
okay.
Like there, and then I technically flank him for you.
It's true.
This is also true. Alright. Yeah.
Would you like more fighter with your fighter? Says people in the chat. Adam is 0.
Alright.
All right.
And it does not constitute as a sneak attack because I'm out in the open.
Well,
Hey,
you're flanking,
yeah,
so you
you're
still get that
flanking,
damage.
you get your sneak.
Yeah, it does. I'm flanking.
Yes,
Yes.
you're flanking. So you still get that
Okay.
damage.
You also have an ally within 5 feet of the enemy, so you get sneak attack damage no matter what.
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah, because they made it so you don't actually have to be flanking. You just have to be within 5
Yeah.
feet.
There is very technically no flanking rules in 5th edition.
Yeah.
So they were like, you get your sneak attack damage if you're standing within 5, like if you're in melee range of a creature and you have an ally that's also within 5 feet of them.
Yeah, 'cause the
you just
idea
get
is
that
that,
damage.
The spiritual weapon, right.
That's right.
Okay.
well, also with me.
Alright, let's try Oh My Papa's sword.
Striking with your father's sword, the Northern Wind, swinging with a 15, that does hit.
Right, and stab.
Roll your damage, sneak attack, and piercing with a 19. Yeah, how do you want to do that?
Oh. Okay, well,
You
let's
got him,
just say
Chief.
Whip out to where I am right now. He just turns over to see me. I give a quick wink and just slash straight up, cutting him in half.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, you definitely open up his armor and some of his organs, and like he's like whatever's left of him just spills out onto the ground as he falls over, dead on the floor. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Yeah, I'm just going to turn around, just whip the blood off the blade, turn to the other two, and just gentlemen.
Mental gen. All right, so it is the thieves' turn. Oh God. All right, so my God, the one thief that is running away continues to do so. He absolutely whoopsie daisy. There we go. He continues to just cheese it off the map. For the rest of you guys that are down there, that dude's still asleep. That dude's almost dead. Can they attack the spectral weapon?
Nope.
Cool. 5,
Do
10,
they know
15,
that?
20, 25, 30. That guy's gonna fight his way through the wind and slash its neck. Does a 19 hit you?
It does.
Doc,
Yes.
they started their turn in the wind.
Oh, do they have to? If they start in there, do they have to make another strength save?
Check.
Yes.
Each creature that starts its turn in the line must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 15 feet away from your direction. So it's if you start your turn there, it doesn't automatically push those dudes at the beginning of the cast. It's just if they start their turn in there, then they get pushed. Okay,
So
well,
this push was from this turn then.
yeah, we put the cart in front of the horse there a little bit, so that's fine. We're learning. So Buddy manages to fight his way up through the wind, slashes at you. Yeah, 3 slashing.
He also probably couldn't move that far. Unless 40
It's 2
movement.
feet of movement for every 1 foot. I just checked.
Yeah, so he
Yeah,
has
so-
to spend his full 30 feet in order to get those 3 squares up.
It's good.
All
So I
right.
take 3.
The other guy that's there, let's see if he's smart enough to figure that shit out. He's not. He swings wildly at the skull that bit into him, his weapon passing through the illusory skull that's there, made of like flaming blue energy, and he just goes, "That's not fair," and then starts to run. He gets about that far. The last guy that's still holding his ground, the main dude who was in the center of the road, who's just barely fucking hanging on, as a free action, or as a bonus action, throws aside his crossbow and draws a short sword that he has turning towards Alloy. And he goes, "If I'm gonna go down, I'm taking you with me." And makes a slash at Alloy. Does a 22 hit?
Oh yeah, that does.
So he 7 piercing with that weapon. He makes another attack with his short sword. Does a 19 hit?
That's my AC.
So it clangs off of your armor, and his third attack fucking biffs it. So he strikes you 3 times, but only one of them actually doing any damage to your metal mechanical form.
Barely any damage.
And with that, let's see. How's the damn thing? Oh, yeah. Oh, well, he doesn't get that. I forgot they had uncanny dodge, and that he wasn't supposed to take damage for that fireball that he technically dodged, but whatever. We'll go through it. Talrand, you're up.
I proceed to whisper at him.
I sent him a little whisper. Fuck, yeah, 22 hits him. Roll for damage. Okay, I thought it was gonna be 1. I was like, fuck off.
Is he dead?
Yeah. How do you want to do this?
Oi, dumbass! I'm just sharing a part of the cargo with you. Shoot him in the back of the head with a fucking arrow, before turning and attempting to pith the guy who's running away with the second shot.
Oh yeah, you catch him back of the head. The arrow comes out one of his eye sockets, and he and then tumbles over on the ground. All right, and turn. And who are you shooting at? Oh, the guy who's trying to make a run for it. I'll move the camera over here so that people can see. He's got Whisper. You rolled a 19 to hit. That absolutely hits him. And is that 12 damage?
Yes, that's 12 damage.
All right, how do you want to do this one?
He didn't particularly annoy me, so I just put him down.
Oh, jeez.
Tap him in the back of the skull, just
Back of the
base of
net.
it.
So yeah, you catch this guy back of the head, and he and falls over dead on the ground. Also, thank you, Adam is 0 for the follow. Really appreciate that. Come on in, get yourself comfy. There's a Discord link down below the chat. We do D&D every Thursday. And we stream every other day of the week, Monday to Friday, 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Welcome, and come on in. So,
Little
so you
heads
got
up.
that guy.
We have 2 teams on D&D. Every week we alternate between who's playing.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because there were some new people that got confused about that. Every Thursday we do D&D, but we alternate between this team, which is the B team, and another group of people that are playing in the same universe, on the same continent, interacting with some of the same characters, known as the A team. Sort of the teams don't necessarily have names for themselves. We've just been calling them the A team and the B team as it is.
We are chaos.
Yeah,
Chaos control.
I think I said something along the lines of a while ago. A team is like the Avengers; they get shit done. B team is like Guardians of the Galaxy. We get shit done, but with style.
Oh,
I am
Shots
Groot.
fired.
Fired.
I am Groot.
I am Groot. Yes, the tiniest little Groot.
Getting Spoonie, please don't kill me.
Oh, and the B team.
Nothing
became
goes
the-
over my head.
The B team, right? Because Talrand wanted to put a beehive into his ribcage. Speaking of which,
If I could
Talrand,
get away with it without taking disadvantage on all my sneak rolls, I would definitely do it. I'm still debating it, even though I'll take disadvantage on my sneak rolls
yeah,
because of my sneak being so ridiculous.
yeah, you'll be the Candyman. It'll be great. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
No, I'm done.
Working on my D&D session while watching this. Yeah, I mean, if you have any questions
Actually-
or anything like that, feel free to ask. And you can also, we have a tabletop section in our Discord, so if you want to ask me any questions there as well, feel free, and I'll be more than happy to share some of my process with you guys. But you're good for your turn, Talron?
I moved the hunter's mark onto the last guy.
That is the dude who's
Standing.
currently cheesing it way up the field, or
No, the guy who's in front of.
oh, the guy who's right there. Okay, we'll put a little hunter's mark on him. All right.
The dead man.
Whoopsie daisy, hit that button twice on accident. Drakir, you are up. Alloy, you are on deck.
The guy who's actually cheesing it might be too far away already.
Moving over here. Could I just grab this guy by the since he's sleeping and just slit his throat?
If you attack him, an unconscious creature is considered incapacitated, so they can't move or take actions. They also can't move or speak. They're unaware of their surroundings. You automatically succeed, or rather, attack rolls against them have advantage, and if you hit, it's an automatic critical hit.
No coup de grace.
We might also want to know where they have all their loot stashed.
Yeah.
Ooh, right.
But yeah, an incapacitated creature cannot take actions or reactions. And then with the added thing of unconscious being all this other stuff.
Okay, since I know I can't do that. So. Moving over here.
Okay. Run around the back of the carriage.
What do I got? I'm just
Whoopsie daisy.
going.
Whoop.
Press the wrong button there. Sorry about that. That's an Eldritch Blast sound.
This guy gets 3 magic missiles to the face.
Oh, baby! And so you're casting the magic missile. Those things fly towards this guy, and they are automatic hits. All 3 of them. Slamming into this poor bastard. Just getting blasted with, what is this? 13 damage.
Then I stopped blasting.
So anyway, I started blasting. He takes those hits pretty hard, as all of them just pop into the side of his as he gets hit. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
I'm going to make another intimidation check.
Go for it. 13. Let's see.
And I'm going to say,
Wisdom
want to
save.
see what I did to your friends?
And he goes, no. In response. All right, Alloy, you are up. Arami is remaining inside the coffin.
That dude's not dead yet.
Yes, Busy is asleep.
He's asleep. Hims is unconscious. Slash dance. The
What? This is destiny.
From where you're standing, you can both see a guy chasing it into the distance, and also you can hear that there's still some combat and commotion happening on the opposite side of the carriage.
We
How
get
far
it.
away is the guy who's running?
He is about 120 feet or so. I've got him at about 85 feet on the map, just to kind of hold him there. But he did a full move action away. Or actually, no, he'd only be about 90. So he is about where he is. He'd be about 90 feet. because he did one move action as a reaction to run away from the fear thing, and then he did on his turn just a double move to get away.
What's the range of a light crossbow?
God damn. I can look it up if you want.
I'm just
Might be able to-
seeing if it'll come up. Oh no, it doesn't come up twice.
It doesn't come up.
Hold on.
Range is 80, or 80 over 320.
Yeah, so you could do
Okay,
8
so-
for penalty.
So you just let one off.
Yeah, it says right there too. It actually says underneath the.
Okay.
It lets loose and flies, but the crossbow arrow, as it's not. Oh, that wasn't your roll. That was Acolyte's
No, I was
neck.
seeing if it would come up, and it
completely,
does.
yeah, biff that. Either way, yeah, you like load as you're running up and shoot this thing off, and the bolt goes phew, and it just misses him. As it's going, and you hear as it tiffs into the grass next to him, he goes, "Oh shit, shit!" as he keeps running. Is there anything else you want to do in your turn?
No, that's all I can do.
Okay. I was half expecting you to be like, action surge.
You get 2 attacks,
and like run out to
Not
him.
with a
and
crossbow.
No,
Yeah,
not the
right. Crossbow's only once a round.
Yeah.
Well, it's one per attack action.
All right. Snack, you're up.
Flaming Blue Skull needs to move to there so we can attack him from behind.
Yeah. So yeah, your
He's
flaming
surrounded.
skull turns around as this guy is fighting against this torrent of wind coming out of the side of the carriage, slashing at you, getting hit with magic missiles and stuff, and then the skull comes up behind him. Yeah. And bites into him for fucking 20. Good God. You're at 9 force damage. How do you want to do this?
Skull bites into the back of his neck and just chews right through to the front.
Oh my God! So there is
Nice.
a gruesome thing as this thing chews into the back of his neck, breaking his neck, and immediately his body goes limp, and this thing just continues like nom 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 nom, biting into his body as little bits of shit kind of spurt and fly off. And so, where did I put it? Where did I put my thing? Is it not there? Why would it be under this? I need to fix where I keep my music.
To clarify, I cannot use a bonus action, move, and use a crossbow, right?
Bonus action, move, and then use your crossbow. You can do that, yes.
Oh, okay.
Because you have a bonus action, a move action, and then a standard action. So what do you want to do? You want to jump out?
Can I get to there? I don't know, because it's like, I guess if I came out of the carriage
Yeah,
this
you'd
way.
have to come out of the carriage. So you'd have to move at least to this spot here,
trying to remember-
and
I'm
then you
trying to
can
remember how to,
diagonally come out. Right click, I think.
Thank you.
Yeah, to put a spot on it. So you can get to there, but I don't know if from that spot you are within range to hit the guy with the crossbow bolt.
Oh, I would be. I'd just be at disadvantage.
Do it.
I think you can go here. You'd probably
I
still
can
be
go
at this.
here. I can get to
Yeah, you can get to there.
there.
I just looked up the range for the longbow. I
It's
can
stupid.
fire on that guy for a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
He's 1 round of combat away. I have 8 rounds of combat firing at him.
Now, I'm
I'm
trying
just-
to remember, because it's... What's the penalty for every amount beyond the base range? Because at
Once
8,
I'm, how they do it in this one is once I'm past the accurate range, I take disadvantage on my rolls.
Oh, okay, so that's all, and then and then it's the max amount. So I take disadvantage on this roll,
hmm
but I can still technically fire my crossbow at him.
You could still try to hit him, yeah, but he's just outside of your normal range. An 8 doesn't catch him.
It was worth the valiant effort.
As it fips into the distance. Piffles, you're up. Caleb, you're on deck.
I could shoot at him.
Okay, well, hold on. Something's happening here.
All right, let's take that.
Wait,
off.
are any of them still alive? Everybody's got access to them. Oh, except for this guy over
The
here.
guy who's running away.
He's asleep, and then there's a guy way off in the distance.
You
that we're
do,
just trying to kill before he gets away.
Away.
you do remember that you in fact put that man to sleep. That it was you who did this.
I did put him to sleep. I did. And now he's gonna have a spody fun time.
Oh god.
Oh Jesus.
We kind of want to try and interrogate them to see where they kept their loot.
No one has told Piffles this.
Nope.
That should have only been twice. It clickied me a third time.
That's
He's
okay,
not
the
dodging,
first
they
two-
all hit.
Like blast.
You shoot 2 Eldritch Blasts. Did you want to move down a spot to the door?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. I was like, do you want to... So you open up with these arcs of Eldritch energy upon a man who is asleep on the ground. It says... Now, your attacks, they don't get advantage if he's lying there, but both a 12 and a 13 do hit him. So both of them strike. And you're not within 5 feet of them, so they're not critical hits. So just roll your damage. Oh, that's 10. Roll it again. And 1.
What? Damn it, 1.
Wow, really?
But 11 damage.
Yeah, it's a critical hit and also a crit fail. It's a 10 and a 1. So 11 damage blasts into this guy. Does that wake him
It
up?
sounds like a metaphor
believe
for
it
my
does.
life.
Does it?
Crit hit and crit fail.
Unconscious does not get waken up from damage as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, can't move or speak.
That's what I thought.
Uh,
I'd just like to continue sleep frying him for the next few turns.
if I look at the sleep spell, I'm gonna double check to see if there's anything that's like if they take damage, they wake up.
Until
Uh,
the spell ends, the sleep.
It's a minute.
Each creature affected by this spell falls unconscious until the spell ends or the sleeper takes damage.
Oh, okay.
Or someone uses an action to wake or slap.
Or
them
yeah,
awake.
or someone uses an action to wake them. So, with those blasts against his humble personage, he does wake up to the horrifying sight of literally everyone is dead except you guys. So he's not doing too hot. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn, Piffles?
I'm gonna tell everybody else, I'm gonna tell Tolerant because he's in the same thing as me. The dude face has woken up if he would like to fill him full of arrows.
Tolerant is on top of the carriage. He's not in
Oh
there
shit,
with you.
he's on top of the carriage.
Yeah.
You're the only one left in the carriage.
You're the
right
only
now.
one left in the carriage, except for the
I
little
was doing
the little kid
sleep
coffin that's locked up.
times.
Well,
So, I don't think I have any actions left because I moved over here and then I cast.
that's okay. All
So
right.
we'll leave it at that for now.
Caleb, you are up. Then it's Thieves and Talrand.
Well, everything in the vicinity that is not us is dead, so...
I presume you would have been able to hear and be doing her Eldritch blasts on the far side of the carriage.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, and you can see that from where you're standing, Talrand.
Especially with the dude.
Caleb,
Okay.
from where you are, everybody on your side of the carriage is dead. You still hear some fighting on the other side.
Okay, well, in that case, first I'm gonna break concentration to get rid of the wind on this side, because it's
Okay.
no longer...
Yeah, dudes are already dead. Let me just fucking select them.
Alright. 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Go to there, and what can I do? Use that one. Not much I can do. I can probably fire a light crossbow. You know what? I'm just going to turn around and say, wait, shouldn't we keep one of them alive?
Do you say that out loud?
No, I'm just, yeah, I'll say it out loud.
You could pull like a Wesley from Princess Bride and tell him to drop his sword.
Alright, I'll just, with the northern wind in my grasp, I'll tell him to drop his fucking sword.
Drop your sword. Roll me the persuasion or intimidation. I'll leave that up to you.
You can
Being
choose.
surrounded by the piles of his own bodies does it can Caleb get advantage
Oh,
on
the
this?
DC is very low. The DC for this is not high. He is surrounded by the ruined corpses of his compatriots. So
Some on fire, some cleaved in half, others filled with arrows.
yeah, and he just got woken up by being blasted with eldritch energy. He's not having it. So
All right, I'll try persuasion.
yeah,
And
roll
bam.
me some persuade. Yeah. So you, with your father's sword, the Northern Wind, level it towards him and tell him to drop your sword. And he goes, "Yep." And he drops his weapon and immediately puts his hands up in the air. I will mark him with like a little dot. There you go, a little red dot. All right. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
Red for not hostile.
Right for defeated.
That's a very good point. Let's put like a little blue dot on him. There you go.
If I attack him with, what was it, subdual damage? Or something like that, am I able to do that?
If you want to, well, I mean, you can't attack him from where you are because you've moved, and you can't reach him with your rapier from there.
Right.
But
Yeah, stick
you
with the
you can try to attack and do non-lethal damage. From what I understand, you just claim non-lethal damage when you're attacking people, and they're just like, yeah, sure. Like there isn't specific skills or abilities or things for it anymore in 5th edition.
You just declare whether or not you want to kill the guy or knock him out.
Yeah, if you're just trying to knock him unconscious or if you're trying to kill him outright.
Yeah, that I've already moved, so. You know what, I'll just stick with the intimidation for now,
Okay.
and I'll just leave it at that.
Okay, excellent. All right, and coming up next is it's their turn. So the one dude that you've intimidated, he's dropped his weapon and has got his hands up in the air. The other guy that is way up in the corner up there, he continues to run another 60 feet.
He's now 140 feet away.
Let's see
Still within
here.
range.
Still within range.
Oh, yeah. He moves, instead of another 60 feet, using his cunning action, he moves a third thing, so he's 90 feet more than he was previously.
Yeah,
180.
Still within range.
You can
170.
still take shots at him if you want. Talrand, you're up.
Talrand
you're on
is
deck.
whispering at him.
All right, take some shots.
Whispering from over 100, nearly 200 feet away.
This is at disadvantage because he is so far away.
Thanks, Raj.
He's 170 feet away from where I am, give or take. Right?
Yeah, about that.
Well, one of them got him.
So, yeah, no, one of your arrows absolutely hits him. Roll damage.
I also. No, I can't. I can't. He's out of.
You can't do
I'm
that,
pretty
Mark.
smart.
He's like miles from you.
I
So,
think? Hold on.
you. like, you just long bomb these shots at him, and he's just like running, and one of them like fips into the grass next to him. He's like, "Oh, shite!" Oh, my God. And then one of them fip into the back of him. He's like, "Ah, fuck!" And he's still running.
It's like that one scene from Game of Thrones, the Battle of the Bastards.
Yeah, the kid's just running, and they're shooting arrows at him.
I have to. For me to hit on disadvantage, I have to roll higher than 5 twice.
Well, he's still going. Do you want to just say you keep shooting at him? Because I imagine if he moves another 90 feet, is he still within range of you technically?
I have 600 range.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's gonna be a while. You know what? Okay, so we'll just say, I'll let you have one more attack action, so 2 more shots at disadvantage to see if you can finish him off. Okay. And yeah, all right. So that's 2 more hits. Roll damage.
Yes.
This guy's already been fireballed.
Oh yeah. 2 more arrows flying through the very distant air, eventually clip into the back of him, and he's and he falls over face first into the ground now. A lesser porcupine of a man than he was previously. Hold on a second. I have something for this, except I can't remember where the fuck I put it. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Yeah.
God, Jesus. What is it, in the sad section? No. Is it under spooky? Why would it be in here? But you never know, because I made these music lists. Yeah, there you go. Hooray, you won.
I can
I
only
also got a
imagine
guy-
what the one surviving bandit is like, just watching Talrand long bomb these arrows and go, okay, he's dead.
I also got one for the one that Talron just dropped.
Just like the, I'm really glad I didn't try to run. I gave up.
Here we go. Hey, you did it. You got him. Huzzah. Jesus, I need to move those somewhere else. Bless you.
Those two challenged me to a bow duel. They clearly were not prepared to fight me in a bow duel.
No, but there you have it. That is our combat. As things are dying down, and you guys are now sort of standing amidst the corpses and whatnot of your enemies, the horses, astonishingly enough, are relatively unfazed by all of this.
Probably well-trained horses.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they are like nobles' horses, so they do have like some degree of training. They're very good breeds, and yeah, they just for the sake of I don't want to look up horse stats and see if they run off while the fucking carriage is attached and move all that shit around for you. Like we're just gonna say that they were fine, and I'll look that up all later. All right, you now
Talon.
have one prisoner, a dwarf bandit who's standing there with his sword on the ground.
All right.
Talon-
yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, no.
Talon,
I'm gonna give Caleb the first action in this regard because he was the guy that got him to stand down.
fair enough.
Now, just looking at the guy, it's just so. It's pretty clear we went off to a bad start. That's on you guys. The only way you can make this up is if you point us to your trove. We know you've been operating on this road for quite a while. You have to have been. You guys clearly look like professional highwaymen in this.
Aye, that's the last time I tried to team up with a bunch of Umgi for any of this mess. He throws his hands in the air, obviously looking a little more than frustrated with the given situation. Acolytes next starts to drag the corpses of the beheaded bandit into the carriage out of the sun and calls out to the vampire daughter lady, "Are you thirsty? We have fresh ones." Snack, I'm going to get back to you in a second. And Talrand, you're inside the carriage?
Talrand was going inside to
Go inside the
his
carriage?
daughter.
All right, sweet. I'm gonna get back to you in just a hot second. Let's go like this, and let's say that let's do that for music, sure.
Pretty sure I might still have fingers in my pocket.
But yeah, the dwarven guy sort of like with one of his hands points over to the large boulder that they were hiding behind, the one that's just up next to where you guys were. And he points to that and goes, "Out behind there's a little hole we've been digging to put our gold and things."
Is that right? Now,
Aye.
here's the thing that's going to gets me a bit of an ire. You tried to kill us. How can I be so sure you're telling the truth now?
You can go check. I don't know how you all seem to do business out here, but we Dowie are men of our word. You spared my life, I'll give you our gold. Seems fair.
Or we could just kill you and take it anyway.
Aye, you could, but you didn't. And I respect that.
Oh, that's because I haven't made up my mind yet.
That's also fair.
As Dracula comes up, like Dracula's not even putting his disguise on, so it's like, does the whole draconic being getting that close kind of start intimidating him?
Well, he's looking between the bunch of you, like, seeing the skeleton that was on top of the carriage that was shooting
What are you
at people.
talking about?
But
I'm just a funny looking guy in a cloak with a mask.
I was gonna say, you had your mask on though, and everybody else was on either the other side or didn't come out. I'm gonna say the skull disappears. But yeah, he does kind of furrow his brow at both the Air Genasi and now the Draconian that's standing there next to him. And he goes, "You're not Ungi. What manner of Wazix are you?"
I just pull back the hood. What exactly made you think I was Ungi?
You look like Ungi.
Second of all, the hell's an Ungi?
That's a dwarven word for humans. Men.
Ah. Well, you're half right.
Don't get much other than men coming out of Eldirth. And the ones that try to avoid the roads and make their way north to Allura, we pick off, little donations that they might want to give us.
Whether they want to or not, I assume.
Most people pay the toll. I don't know what to tell you. He shrugs at you.
Well, what can I say? Today must have been opposite day. Because you're the ones paying the hefty toll today.
So it would seem, but that's the usual business, living out here in the roads.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? I kind of feel like this sort of toll is more than amicable. I just sheath the sword, getting close, so thank whatever god you worship. You get to tell the tale, and I knock him out.
Fuck. You knock him unconscious, like with your hands?
No, you know what? I just put my hand.
Could easily do it with the pommel of his blade.
Yeah, just put my hand behind his shoulder. Just congratulations, you get to tell tale how you survived. Boom, back in the plate.
Yeah. So he immediately falls unconscious, and kisses the dirt. Piff.
Turn to Drakiar. What?
I'm not saying anything.
All right. We'll get to.
I'm gonna check behind the rock.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a hot second. So, roll me either perception or investigation.
What is my here we are.
If you're searching, I'll let you pick. Whichever one you want to use to search around behind the rock there.
I'll use...
Oh, me.
Yeah, you, the one who's searching.
I heard I'm gonna get to that in a second, and thought you
Yeah.
were talking to me there.
Sorry, that's fine.
Sorry, that was perception or investigation. You said?
I'll let you pick.
Well, I'm better at perception. That
19.
should be not with an advantage, so 19.
That's fine. So 19, yeah. Cool. I'll come back to you in a hot second. Inside the carriage, we now have Talrand who's hopped in, and Epiphals who's in there, and Sneck is dragging one of the bodies in, asking if are you thirsty? We have fresh ones. The latches that hold the coffin shut
Got some Kool-Aid.
automatically and magically snap open, and the coffin creaks open just a little bit, and you see a little face poke out and go, "Hello, is it safe?"
I'm almost certain that I would have been able to get in there before Sneck could have dragged the body in, so I was going in to knock on her coffin and get her out.
Oh yeah, as you're coming in, and we'll say you came in and you knocked, and then Sneck dragged a corpse in, which is fine. And yeah, so you see the tiny side of it open. Talrand, you see when the coffin opens, the form that she's taken is very much the same as the form that you remember her as, where she's taken a small stature. And yeah, are the doors still open on the sides of the carriage?
I assume they would have been closed before.
Yeah, we'll say sure. You guys do, though, make sure to close the doors of the carriage before knocking on the thing?
Yes.
Okay. So it's you three, the coffin that she's in, and a corpse. And as she sort of peeks out her nose, gives a little sniff to the air, and says, "Is it safe?"
Guys?
Mr. Bane?
Yes.
No, everyone's dead.
Yeah, she asks
Andy,
if it's safe. Does anybody
everyone's
say anything?
dealt with.
You can come out. It's still daylight though, so stay inside of the carriage. I brought you a treat.
Oh, and she opens up the coffin and, kind of steps out onto the seat next to herself and sits down, and then you see she morphs back into her adult size. And then she kind of looks around at the rest of the group and goes, does anybody want any of this, or is it just
All
good
yours.
for me? Are we good?
I think it's good for just you.
Okay. She produces from her side what appears to be like a small crystal flask, and taking the cork off of it, she places the it's like a little decanter almost. Placing the stopper on her lap, she sort of like runs her hand over top of the body, and a considerable portion of the corpse's blood is drawn out, and magically then sort of funnels its way into the crystal decanter. You recognize this technique as something that Tonberry did back in the Kingdom of Automath.
I've seen that before. Also,
Yeah. As she finishes getting a bunch of the blood in, she almost fills the decanter in doing so, takes a little sip of it, and then puts the stopper back on top.
Talon goes, Narumi, is this... which is your base shape or form? Because I'm now confused.
Oh, this is. And she gestures to herself. But I guess I'm just nostalgic about, and she pats the side of the coffin. She's like, I couldn't give it up. I didn't want to forget about, where I came from or anything like that.
Well, I definitely have a lot of clear memories of then.
She nods. Me too. I'm glad we're together again. It'll give us an option to catch up over time. And yeah, Snek, if you're not needed, you're able to open the door just a crack. As it's mostly noon, the sun's not necessarily coming at the carriage from any particular direction. So you're able to crack open the door and sort of sneak out without getting in the way, and then hop on over there to tie up the dwarf. That dwarf is now unconscious and tied up. I'll pull.
Do we really need to
that
tie
on.
him up?
Why not? Just in case he wakes up.
Snacks for later. What are you talking about?
Oh,
We kind of promised we'd let this one go.
All right. We'll switch that to that. And yeah, with a 19 in searching, Alloy, you do, turning over some of the boulders and whatnot, you see there was one of the larger stones on the ground has a lot of wear around underneath it. Turning it over reveals that there is a sort of a small sack that's been tied up there that appears to be almost full.
All right. Gonna pick up the sack and give it a quick little shake.
Okay.
I don't like that you're typing suddenly.
Bees! No, I'm kidding.
How many D6s am I about to take?
Hey,
Every
Hedge the
dice
Hedge
you can
Witch!
find in
Thank you for your
room,
bits!
roll it. That's damage.
All of it.
All the damage. Thank you very much, Hedge the Hedge Witch, for your bits. Okay, let's see. 3 D100s. You got... No, hold on. That's not right. / roll 3 D100. Oh, there we go. I put a space in the wrong spot. Bam. Got a 12, a 1, and a 29. So you find, let's see, 42 gold.
An absolute piddly amount of gold.
47 platinum, and and a ruby.
I withdraw my statements. It was meant to be in jest.
Thank you.
There's not a lot of
I was
gold
like,
because it was mostly
between
platinum they were
3
carrying.
and 300 gold, 42. Wow. It's like,
Yeah. 42 gold out of 300 is a pretty small amount.
Yeah, that's awful. It was like you got 1229 and a 1. You got a critical fail on one of those. That's terrible. You rolled with 1 D100 more than you rolled with 3. So that's weird. But whatever. I was like, that's 3 D100 of gold and a D100 of platinum. So you find all of that in a sack with like a large ruby gem that was affixed to a gold ring. Seems like somebody paid with their royal jewelry in order to get through here at some point or another.
That ring might be useful for making magic items later.
You also find in there a letter explaining about how all these guys are actually super nice, and you're terrible for killing them. I'm kidding.
Good.
Now you're raising money for an orphanage.
Yeah, raise money for an orphanage. It's gonna be a good time. They were just about to pay off some of their debts and get back into the world, retiring from their life of crime. But you struck them down. That's fine. You guys are, yeah. So that's what you find over there underneath that boulder. Dice rolling for a DM, never a good sign. Yep. It's like, what do I pick up the sack and I shake it. Starts rolling dice. Oh no. Yeah, maybe don't do that in the future. Don't just like.
It's fine. I can take it.
It reminds me of like the first game that I ever played in 3.5 D&D. I literally you see a bunch of goblins like around a campfire. They have like a little camp here that you come on. And I was like, I step out of the bushes and I wave at them and say hello, and one of them immediately shoots a crossbow bolt through the palm of my hand. And I was like, ah! And he's like, yeah, don't do that. They're goblins. Don't ever do that. I was like, oh, this sucks.
But then you get the campaigns where you do immediately attack them, and it's like, oh, but they're actually good goblins.
Yeah, no. And
You
then there's
never win!
And then there's these campaigns where I was like, I want to make a campaign where all the goblins are just baby. They're fun and nice people, and it's fine.
They can totally kick your ass, but
Yeah.
they're not going to.
All right, so you find all
I
that
kick
money.
ass.
Uh,
Any fingers?
that's over
I
there.
said you could. I said that you wouldn't.
They invite
You
to
choose.
play- They invite you. To
You
play-
choose not to kick our asses.
Your ass is yes.
They invite you to play Mishmash, like some people invite you to play Overwatch.
Smash.
Yeah, Mishmash, the goblin board game. That's like 3 things in one. And the main point of the board
Never
game
the
is definitely to
same.
cheat. 'Cause
Never
that's
the
goblins.
same game.
I cheat and get the most stuff.
It's the board game equivalent of Calvin Ball.
I'm guessing me and Caleb are currently looting the bodies.
Gonna walk back with a bag of stuff.
I was waiting for Doc to resolve Quad, but then I was going to say I'm going to go out and loot the body of the guy I shot a lot.
Oh, the dude who like ran way the fuck off?
No, well, both. I guess we can pick him up off in a bit, but the guy directly in front here, this guy,
Yep.
who got like a dozen arrows into him to start this fight.
Oh, yeah. So you find him still with the arrow in the back of his head coming out of one of his eye sockets as Alloy approaches you carrying a hefty sack of coins. The dude who's lying on the ground there, he has on him, let's see. He has like a small coin purse on him with 33 gold in it. He has a short sword, he has a light crossbow, and leather armor.
I suspect the leather armor is a little bit religious for my preference.
It's definitely very holy.
Thank you for immediately getting what I was.
Yeah, no, I got you. Don't worry. That's this fucking with the people we have in chat with Mercenary Pen. You kidding me? I'm gonna catch this shit. Don't worry.
So, you said how much gold again? Sorry.
33 coins in a small purse. I'm gonna say there's also 20 silver. All right. The other, like the shorter bandits, some of whom are dwarves and some of them who are just like gruff, weird-looking humans. On each of them, if you guys go through and search them, you find, I'm going to say 20 silver on each of them, as well as leather armor, a scimitar, and a light crossbow.
I'm taking their weapons and armor and just sticking that into the chest of holding.
Do it. Write it down. You guys should have the ability, as I put over here in the journal thing, you guys have access to a chest of holding. So now you have, like, from the piles of loot and different things, and from Drakiar and all that stuff. So yeah, you can count those out, put them all in there. And it's good that you guys have, like, a section that you've each made for, like, what you're contributing, just to make sure that we don't forget who put what where.
As Alloy passes Talron, he's just gonna hand him the bag of gold and stuff,
Big ol' sack.
and then head back up to the driver's seat.
A big old sack. Talron immediately puts that into the party pool of gold that somebody is mythically carrying around somewhere.
You just put it in the chest.
Is that where the party pool of gold is?
I mean, it may as well
Sure.
be. It's not presently put in there, but it could be. You got torches, rations, granola bars, yeah, and then a bunch of other stuff's being added in. Just remember that if you do open this up to edit it and then, like, hit enter, if other people have it open and are editing it, it'll, like, close their window. So just be
I'll let-
careful who does that win.
I'll let Esteban put the stuff down
Dope.
because he's
Just-
the one who's been keeping
Just like-
track of this stuff.
That's what I'm pulling open the party loot piles document.
Dope. All right.
If everyone's
after-
okay, I'll just make a note that in the chest of holding that most of the party loot pile is, unless otherwise stated, in there, because that way I can continue using the spreadsheet I have, which actually lets me organize and add things up and notarize where stuff came from and
That's
where it
fair.
leaves.
All right. You guys, once again, are on the road. As if there aren't any objections, or if anybody wasn't like to do anything else, you do have a dwarf who's tied up and unconscious. What are you guys doing with him?
And gagged, and Snack wants to drag him into the carriage.
Snack, we're letting him go.
We promised we would let him go
Why?
Put him down.
because he's not.
Because when we told him to do something, he did it.
Plus, he does
I
more
can
damage.
teach rats to do that. I don't let them go.
If we let, he's mostly doing damage to the Empire anyway. You know,
Fine,
the
but I'm
king's
not
enemies.
untying him.
Fine, don't untie him. Unsheath the blade, cut the rope.
All right, well. So now he's an unconscious dwarf lying face down in the remains of some rope that's now lying around him.
Nick
All
just
right.
kind of just like eyes him, but then climbs into the cart.
You guys climb back into where you were?
Yeah, we go.
Talron,
Drek-
do you want to spend time with your daughter? Because I could ride up top if you want.
I can spend time with her on watch. But a ranged turret on top of the carriage is for the best.
Yeah, just figured once a time at a time, that's all.
All right.
And
So
Caleb?
from the Gujins, he tries to sleep.
What?
Oh,
I trust you.
Okay. Did you not before?
I just like that. Oh God. What does this mean?
After the last time, after Caleb's last comment about his daughter previously.
Ah, yes.
Did you not before? Oh.
Oh, that owl was right.
Before we do leave the dwarf on the side of the road.
Hmm.
Talrand actually, after everyone gets in the carriage, Talrand tosses the short sword and about 5 gold pieces at the guy. Consolation prize for everyone he knew here is dead, and he,
He gets to keep being whatever he wants when he wakes up. Yay for him.
he gets to wake up and not die to something out here, and potentially be able to go back home and go, you know what, I've rethought my life. I'm going to go buy myself a pickaxe and go mining somewhere.
All right. As you all clamber back into Lord Waycrest's carriage, with Alloy at the reins, Alloy, roll me some animal handling.
I just got to double check. That was 7 bandits, 7 regular bandits, and 2 irregular bandits.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was
And
3 around
second-
the fire with the first guy, and then 4 behind the boulder with the other guy.
And did the second guy have money, or just the first one?
Yeah, the second guy also had 36 gold, as well as another short sword, another crossbow, and some leather armor.
They all had leather armor?
Indeed.
Okay.
As you guys continue onto the road, Alloy, they're well-trained horses, so they don't take a huge amount of stuff, and they're not going to suddenly run off if you roll under the, noted DC for controlling the carriage. But, they're following the path that you guys are on, but, occasionally as you guys are going, the horses sort of, pull over to the side and will eat grass for a little bit, and you have to, yank on the reins a bit to get them walking on the road again. It takes some doing. But yeah, you guys are back on the road and heading north. I'll give you this opportunity if you guys want to roleplay at all while traveling before we reach our first evening out here.
Trachea is absolutely exhausted. I am down to just one spell slot, level 1 spell slot left. I think he's asleep.
Yeah.
That's basically Snack curled up on a cushion.
Before he goes to sleep, Talrand sticks his head in and says, Drachyr,
Yes.
do you happen to have something I can write with? I have paper. I just need something to write with.
I guess I hand him my inkwell and pen.
I appreciate that.
So I have a small question for Talrand here. Without the ability to spit into the inkwell, how are you planning to write with this?
Why would I need to...
Inkwells very
have to-
typically, especially back in the day, they weren't like an active liquid ink inside of a well. It was more of like a viscous powder that you'd put some water or some oil or you'd spit into it and then mix it up and then write.
I get my water skin out of the carriage.
There you go. Okay, well that's fine. I was just like, I was like, oh yeah, he could use that. No, he can't. He can't spit. He doesn't have stuff. Like, he needs to go get some water. That's totally fine. Yeah, you hop down. The carriage isn't moving terribly fast, so you can like hop down, get into the back, get some like a water skin out, use that, and off you go. What are you writing down on the paper, or is that a secret thing?
I am trying to draw a map of all the areas that we've passed through.
Okay.
Just recording what I remember, and with my general capabilities of never getting lost or kind of losing track of where I am in these, I feel like I should have a decent idea on where stuff is. Whether or not the map is readable is perhaps a different question.
Yeah, so roll me survival. I'll make that a survival check. I know map making could definitely, it's fall under some other thing, but we'll say survival. Yeah, so with the 23, you got a pretty good idea of the topography of the places that you're going through, and you're writing it down.
This is really not going to be for me. This is for this will be submitted to the archives when we get back to Automath.
Mm-hmm. Kara is asking if these horses are stallions or geldings, and I don't know what any of that is. So I don't fucking know. Like,
They are default horse.
yeah, these are horses, and there's no further description beyond that until it's required.
If they're nobles' horses, they might be destriers, which was at the time period the most fancy and expensive horse you could get your hands on.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that.
Default horse.
Default horses they are. As you
Happy
guys,
boys.
yeah.
Rainer, what did you say they are?
I said they might be destriers. I think that's what it was.
Okay, sorry.
Basically-
Sorry, my brain switched to some sort of Arthurian period. I thought you said Death Strider.
Yeah, no. That's not.
That sounds metal.
That sounds metal as fuck, but that's a different thing. So yeah, you guys eventually make your way along, and throughout the day, as it leads to night. Here we go. Let's get to about there. We'll say. Here we go. Bam. So yeah. As the sun eventually, slowly disappears over top of the horizon, you guys find your way, now traveling through the fields at night. Do you guys stop to make camp anywhere, or do you continue to ride?
We'll have
Considering
to
the
give horse
cat,
rest.
Smart move. Oh, yes, that's right, because I think I was put down here. Yep, cool. All right. And eventually, as you guys go along, you break and make camp for the evening. The cool, moist night air greets you as you guys come out of the carriage. The carriage sort of brought a little ways off the main path. The horses unhitched, but then sort of strapped down to... There's like I said, in the back of the carriage, there was like equipment to sort of tie up the horses somewhere, and some stakes and hammers and things you could use to keep them within a certain area of you.
A stake and hammer. We only need the stake. Alloy. Pile drive it.
Alloy just like puts the stake on the ground and then steps on it. There we go. Yeah.
Can I do a check to try and make sure we get a particular, a place that would be hard to sneak up on, just nice and guarded as we can?
There we go. That's better. Yeah, you know what? Roll me survival.
We're in grasslands.
Yeah, it's pretty open. Looking around from where you are, like, it's like a lot of the grassy fields out here, like, look nice. You think that the reason why there aren't a lot of farmers in this area is maybe because of the fact that there's like the soil's too stony, or there's too much clay. You're not sure. But yeah, you're in some like beautiful grasslands. The moon is offensively large, especially considering you spent what felt like several days under a massive full moon in Alderth. The moon appears to be waning now just a bit, more than it was, having just passed a full moon.
You get advantage on this check because it's for grasslands.
Oh, it is for grasslands, and yes, you do get advantage on that because you're you a hunter. Yeah, with a 14, like it's still like it's an open field. Like it's hard to find a place that's necessarily secluded, but advantage is you can really see for a long distance. So you definitely can like have a good look around you. As it is, as you guys are kind of like making yourselves comfortable and getting yourself set up. It is not necessarily quiet, but like from the top of the carriage, you could swear a good distance west of where you guys are. Talrand, God, you could swear you saw like a lot of the grass pressed down. Like way in the distance, the grass is kind of flattened.
like I can see it flattened?
Yeah, with a 14 survival, like, you know, as you're looking around from the top of the carriage for a place to hide, you kind of realize there really isn't such a good place for you guys to nestle in, at least not here. And you've not made it to the crossing of the river just yet. But you looking west, you can see that a lot of the grass that you guys are kind of standing around in, the grass being about knee to waist height, field grass, a lot of it's been pressed down.
I'm sorry, I just pictured Piffles going, "What are you talking about? This is a forest."
As you guys are getting comfy, the auspicious young person pops out of her usual place. I'm just gonna drop her sort of like right there, so's that people can see. The vampire daughter, she, opens the door, looks around, smiles, and then, kind of grabbing the hems of her dress, like, hops out, and strides about a bit into the open grass.
Have you seen many nights without the city lights?
I have not. She looks up at the sky and smiles at the slightly waning moon. She says, it is nice to see. What of you? Have you seen many moons in the kingdom that you are from?
I have. Well, at least some moons. I've not been alive again for long.
Well, you are. And she kind of pauses. Alive-ish now? Alive enough. She smiles. And she says, now! And she pulls out from her side the rapier just recently belonging to Caleb. And she looks around and says, someone was supposed to give me some lessons.
Caleb?
Yeah, he just sort of was sort of mesmerized by the fire a little bit. Yeah, what? Sorry?
She, like, again, sort of like politely holding the sword with both of her hands sort of sideways still in its sheath, she says, you said you were going to show me some things?
That I did, yeah. All right, and just stand up and head over to their direction.
Yeah. So she unsheaths the sword, and she holds it in such a way that, yeah, roll me perception, Caleb.
Perception. Bam.
Yeah, the way that she's standing with the sword is like a high society fencing stance.
Alright, so you know how to fight like a highborn, but that can only get you so far, and as such, I draw the northern wind and just take my usual combat stance, which is sort of I imagine sort of feet apart, offhand, at the ready for, like, sort of to grab something and throw, and the blade ready to either slash or block anything that comes my way.
All right. Make a dexterity save with advantage.
Okay, advantage. Dexterity. Bam.
Dope. Yeah, no, so before she begins, she just says, May I begin?
When you're ready.
Oh no, the ominous music's not in reference to your daughter. The ominous music's just nighttime music.
I was gonna say I might not be able to forgive you if it is.
I don't really have peaceful nighttime music.
They
This'll work.
just,
Why not?
It's
We'll
just
switch to
that
this.
tension-filled nighttime music, and
It
I'm
is
like,
a bit tension-filled nighttime music. I do apologize.
and we're doing things with my daughter, and
yeah. And
there are other party members who have voiced their "I don't trust her yet," and I'm like,
yeah. Talrand, you're sitting on top of the carriage. Is that right?
Yes.
Like as you watch.
Yep.
So with a 20 dexterity save, she doesn't get any hits on you, but as she comes towards you, with the sword drawn, she like makes some really deft and swift movements. The two of you sparring back and forth between each other. She moves with an obvious inhuman speed. Talron, this is something that definitely harkens back to your memories of hunting vampires back when you were alive, as well as some of the vampires that you guys had seen briefly, that her speed and her dexterity, the command of the sword in her body, is definitely beyond human in its movement. Even the fact that she's wearing like a full dress with all the usual trimmings, she still moves around with a tremendous command of her figure. And as she's sort of like moving side to side, she's again like taking a very fencing stance and holds the rapier as though it were a foil, rather than more of a slashing and stabbing sword. But you managed to hold your ground really well, Caleb, with your defenses. Is there anything that you wanted to try to employ throughout the sort of the training session?
Well, there isn't a whole lot that I could do. Barely keeping up with her as is.
If I might make some suggestions.
What is that?
If she's using a high style fighting style,
Go for a low style?
a low style should ruin her.
I don't want to hurt the girl. Come on.
I mean, she's fairly resilient,
Yeah.
but it should shake her a fair bit because you are not bound by the rules that she clearly is going by.
Yeah.
Go for the low style. It's the meta.
It's the meta. No, but that's the thing, is you definitely get the impression as you're fighting that she fights with, like, despite the fact that she's moving with almost impossible speed and command of her form, and her form is impeccable, it is trained, point-based fencing. That it is high society stuff that is not designed to kill people. It's designed to, it is like a sport that was derived from killing people. So as you continue to do this, like you can choose to say that, like, whenever you would make a strike against her, that you can just tap her with the sword and not actually harm her.
All right, in that case, I will just go in for a couple of very light taps and then just disarm her.
Yeah, roll to hit with your sword.
Here we are. Turn off sneak attack.
It's just a hit, though. You're not going to be rolling damage. Fuck.
What was that earlier?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, without all the fucking chaos and things going on, you definitely find you have, like, a much more solid command, as this is not a fight where anybody's life is on the line and there isn't a bunch of bloodthirsty dwarves trying to break down the sides of your carriage. Like, you've definitely focused in on your singular target, and it reminds you of some of your earlier days of living on the street, where if you really could just get one guy alone, you were in a good shape. And once again, as you guys are knocking each other's sword aside, because you're not constrained by the same form or function or rules that her style is, are able to get around and tap her once on the shoulder, once on the leg, and once on the top of her bonnet.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, in doing so, she is shocked.
Or does she turn to me and sort of an expression like, "What the hell? How did you do that?"
Oh no, she had her eyebrows all the way up. She goes, "Oh, you got me. Am I dead?"
Against anyone else, yes, you probably would be if you weren't you as well.
Playfully, she clutches her chest and goes, "Ah, I'm dead."
Oh no, what have I done? And I just playfully dropped to my knees, just, what have I done? No, I dropped, then I, God damn it, man, cool it!
immediately gets filled full of arrows. But no, she chuckles along as you guys are playfully about, and then she goes, "How exactly have you done this? I've not seen this style before. What region is this from?"
Really a style. It's just me winging it. I didn't have an instructor. Basically every technique that I've learned from living on my own in the streets. I did what I had to survive. I took up a rapier. I became a thief.
That's astonishing.
I just lived the way I did. I just lived as the wind.
She smiles and goes, "Well, good. That suits you." And she's, "So you have invented this style practically through combat over your life."
Well, I wouldn't say invented a style. I wouldn't exactly call it a style. I'd just call it flailing wildly and hope that I don't die.
Not unlike the wind itself, yes?
True.
So show me how you stand. She
Alright,
sort of, like, tries to imitate your stance a little bit with an awkward look on her face.
Okay.
You know, if Drakiar's fire, Caleb's wind, Alloy's earth, who's our water bender?
I have napalm. Does that count as water?
Well, when you
Mayonnaise an instrument.
God damn it. Wonderful.
we convert the bagpipes into a water gun.
Yes,
I
Oh!
was gonna say, give me like a
Pimples.
level and I have control water.
there you
Doing
go.
anything with the bagpipes, you're just gonna put acid in there so I can shoot Edie balls instead of fireballs.
I mean, it would have to be a specific kind of acid, and you might need to retool the bad pipes, or else you're going to pour acid in there, and it's just going to melt them.
Sure.
I think if
All right.
YouTube is to be believed, anything is an instrument if you try hard enough. Everything's a drum. Everything's a drum. I let you drum on my penis, Daniel. You said everything was a drum. Sorry. Yeah, I don't think anybody's seen that video.
What?
Right, off topic.
Yeah. So,
All right, so she's trying to imitate my stance. Okay, just a quick look at the stance, and it's just not bad. Just gotta keep your right arm extended. Just raise a little bit more. Don't clench your left hand into a fist. That has to be ready to improvise.
yeah, her left hand was like on her hip, like behind her in the stance that she was using originally. She goes, "So I don't keep it back to make myself a smaller target. I hold it differently."
Yeah, you just keep your left hand open, out in the open, so that way you'd be able to. Let's say, for example, you're in a fit. Stay backed into a corner. You'd be able to use your left hand to grab anything as a weapon, like say a jar, for example, just whoosh right into their face and then go for a killing stroke. I know it's not.
Strange.
I know it's not with any sort of like decorum or class, but like I said, it's for survival.
I see. Having a much more refined form doesn't count for anything if it gets you killed, I suppose, yes?
Well, let me put it this way. The way I fight is like a wolf taking down its prey. The way you fight is,
Like dancing.
yeah, like dancing.
I would like to dance and kill people
Well, there
at
you
the
go.
same time.
But
I'm watching, I would say that will take a particularly high level of dancing. I believe you can reach it.
She beams up at you.
Well, to be fair, I think that's why these swords were made in the first place. And I'll sheathe the northern wind up Otherwise, that wasn't bad. That was pretty good.
Thank you. And she sort of squares herself again, imitating the stance that you've shown her. And she goes, "Again, I would like to try again."
All right. She has her rapier in hand.
Mm-hmm.
All right, have the northern wind.
And she asks you again, "May I initiate?"
And with a smirk, I'll say, "When you're ready."
All right, roll me a dex save.
Bam.
Still a 20. Yeah, so once again, she comes after you. You can definitely tell her form, even with just this one instruction, has improved a little bit. She's using her stance a little bit more, and as she's sort of like ducking and dodging around, you guys match blades under the moon in the open grass. Again, she tries to sort of make more use of her size, or not her size necessarily, but of her speed and dexterity, and like just her agility in general to move around your flanks instead of fighting on lines as she was previously, and her movements kind of spin and twirl around a little bit more. It looks a little more now like ballet than swordplay, but it is considerably less structured than it was previously. And you do a pretty good job of defending yourself. Roll to hit.
Oh dear.
Let's see if you get a little bonk on her. Ooh, an 18. You guys match blades in the center, and you guys are, at the very least in that moment, evenly matched. And then she steps back from you, performs a salute with the rapier, drawing it up to her face and bowing to you. Says, "Thank you."
All right, I'll do the same. I'll sheath it, and just after one lesson, you've already worked a new style into your form. Pretty damn good. You might be giving me lessons in the near future.
She giggles and sheaths her sword, walks up and tussles your windly hair, and says, "Thank you. I will try this some more in time."
Whenever you need help, let me know.
I will. She climbs back on top of the carriage, sitting next to Talrand. Everybody else, I imagine, is sleeping in the carriage of our 3 people that require sleep.
Yeah.
Talon very quietly does something he's not done in a long time.
What's that?
What's a performance roll at? It's charisma. Oh, that's gonna be fucking terrible.
Hey! A 22 still.
Yes. I play my lyre.
And for the folks at home, what's that look like?
Like a small guitar, I would imagine.
A lyre is like a
Harp meets guitar.
Oh yeah, it's like a tiny harp.
Yeah, it's like a tiny harp, often with one fully open. It's like a kind of harp C kind of thing.
Yeah. I just Google image search for the folks at home.
Yeah,
for what a lyre is. Yeah, so that's nice.
I have a little wooden one that
Catch you guys later. Take it easy, Rust.
from reading, but
Oh, yeah,
not
with
played
my little
because
thumb piano.
Uh,
Oh.
somebody else plays far better than I do.
yeah. So
Normally.
However,
the moment strikes you and you begin to play your lyre, and it comes back to you almost like riding a bike. Alloy takes a quick 4-hour nap before patrolling the area around the cart, which is good. Piffles, do you join in with your thumb piano?
I do.
Excellent.
I hear music and I start playing along too.
All right. What kind of music are you playing, Darn?
just kind of something soft. I have no good comparisons in my head right now.
Think of like some of the softer, slower Sea of Thieves music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like play a little melody along with it.
And yeah, Sneck and Dracula are sleeping inside on the bench seating inside the wagon, I imagine.
I am taking a great amount of restraint and not ruin the moment by saying Drakiar's snoring.
Well, either way. Oh, the Acolyte's neck is all curled up cat-like. A little ball snoozes, tiny little lizard snoozes on a cushion.
If he's inside the carriage, I mean, the carriage probably has some amount of soundproofing.
Some amount, yeah. And it's like, if it's like a nice, like, slow tune that you guys are playing, I think that'd be fine.
I don't think you could wake him up right now anyway.
I'm gonna add that to my list of music that I should be getting.
Yes.
Sea Thieves music.
Yeah. I'm gonna plonk down, sit next to Tolerant, play my kalimba, and slowly probably fall asleep, like leaning against him because I'm exhausted.
Aw.
But I'm enjoying with the tune.
When she does fall asleep, I do wrap my cloak around her.
Aw. And yeah.
And then can...
As you guys are sitting there, she just sits with you and listens to you play and smiles as the night goes on. And the night, thankfully, passes without incident.
I guess spells back.
You do get your spells back. Everybody, you can mark yourselves off for having yourselves one big long rest. At long last, you guys are free of the dangers of Alderth and all of the stress and terror and things that you guys were dealing with out there. You guys are now free of that place and find yourselves once again traveling the road, making your way north along the river's edge. You do eventually find like the large river as you're going, and it's one of those rivers that's like easily you're looking at like between 50 and 100 yards wide, but the water moves slow as you see it. And as you go along, eventually, as you guys are traveling, you do find your way to a large stone bridge. The stone bridge, as you approach it, perception, thank you, Drakkar, with a 5, you're in the cart, and it smells really nice in there. Occasionally you look out the window, and you can see, like, through the glass is you know, it's good quality, but it's not, like, modern quality glass yet. 18 and 20 perception. Very well. As you guys are coming along, you do see that the large stone bridge that you guys can cross is in a state of disrepair. There aren't any necessarily large
under it?
sections. You're not seeing any. There are large sections of the road that are missing. But yeah, like the you know, it's all there. It's all sturdy. Some of the railing on the sides have crumbled and fallen away, but it does make its way across the river. Esteban and Aloy, you know, I'll let you get away with this with an 18 plus perception from outside the cart as you guys are there.
I was going to say, before going over the bridge, Aloy was going to, like, get off the cart and check to make sure the bridge was good enough.
Yeah.
If it looked like in disrepair, we're going across with a decent amount of weight. You gotta check that shit.
Yeah, no, like, you hop off the cart, like, you pull over just before there, and you can see that there's, like, sort of a dirt path that's moving along the side of the river that then turns onto the bridge. And Aloy, as you're sort of, like, you know, you move down to the water's edge and you look, like, it's really sturdy construction. Definitely sturdier than a lot of the construction you've seen. Seems nice. But yeah, like, the railing on the sides are crumbling a little bit, but it's, like, easily like a 2-lane road in terms of its width. Like, it's definitely large enough and strong enough from what you can see to get you across the river without incident. Talrand, as you guys are, you know, stopped, you do notice that the dirt road that moves along the side of the river that does then turn north and go across the massive flowing water. that flattened grass, you can see, meets up with this bridge. And it appears to be almost a footpath that goes south. Crosses the bridge, and then there's just a large dirt road that, after you've crossed the bridge, continues north. Joke's on everyone, it's an ogre in a troll costume. But yeah, Esteban, roll me a survival check. 14. Okay, so it looks as though a lot of people on foot went just through the grass straight north. And they met up to this bridge and then continued north on the road.
Like this is a relatively recent path.
Yeah, it looks like this path was has been used like within the last few days at least. From what you can see, it doesn't look like an army. Like the footfalls are definitely lighter. Like the people weren't armed or armored. But you're not seeing any like tracks like your wagon would leave. Like you don't see any wheel tracks. You don't see any horse hoof marks in the grass. It just looks like a large group of people pressed down the grass, moving north.
Could I make a history check to see if I know anything about this bridge that was written down in records?
Yeah, roll for me. Roll me a history check. 22. You don't know anything about this bridge in specific, but you do know that a lot of the stonework that exists outside of the core of the Empire was done by the dwarves, and that they are renowned for their stonework.
And why it's still in decent quality.
Yeah.
I make sure to let everyone know.
That's a dwarven bridge!
Okay, it'll be fine. Travis.
But yeah, like, you can see definitely as well, like, looking out the window at the bridge, you can see by, like, the way that the stonework is, that this matches some of the diagrams that you've seen in the textbooks back home. That, like, the way the stone is set and some of the carvings even on the side of it are dwarven in make.
If the footfalls are... If Talon said the footfalls were lighter, it might have actually just been a large company of dwarves coming through here.
It's hard to tell, but with the way like the grass is and stuff like that, like it's not a road that they were using. They were definitely cutting like hard across country, and like through the fields pretty much directly, in order to get to this point and then cross this bridge and continue north.
It's remarkably suspicious, but I don't know what I'm being suspicious about.
It does seem a bit strange to you. At least in this particular regard, that it's like, why would a bunch of people do that? But that's what you see. And yeah, you guys... Anything else you guys want to do before you continue on?
Not really. I mean, I generally try to keep an eye out for anything I see that's edible and tasty along the roads.
Okay.
Mushrooms, I see them for piffles.
Yeah, you know what?
I see piffles.
If you want to try rolling a higher than a 14 survival, I'll let you do that. Cool.
Wait, I get advantage because this is in the
grasslands?
In the grasslands.
Yeah, sure. Roll me one more. Cool. So it's a 12. Still worse than before, but as you guys are sort of going along, like you're moving at a pretty, like a bit faster than a walking pace, so you could absolutely like hop off the carriage, pick some flowers and stuff like that that you see that you know are edible, and then hop back up onto the carriage. For the Piff.
I found some dandelions for you, Piff.
Dandelions are super edible.
Give them a sniff and rub them in your mouth. It tastes like It tastes like flowers.
Hooray! Hooray! Shuffles over. Let's next sit up front. Oh, is they gonna climb out on the front bench with Alloy and curl up like cat in the sun? Oh, that's very cute. Yeah. The luxuries of traveling via cart have definitely shown themselves as being, quite nice for you guys. And the weather out here is just absolutely gorgeous as you guys are traveling along. You do find, eventually, that the sun begins to set. As you're going along, as the sun is going down and you guys start sort of pulling over to make camp again for the evening to rest and relax, you do see in the distance the light of a village.
Is it kind of up in the hills, or is it?
It's the best picture I could find, but it is sort of like not necessarily like up in the hills, but it is on like as the plains kind of roll a little bit. It is on a higher point. You do find like a solitary gnarled old tree on some rocks that you guys can sort of park your carriage behind and make camp there out of sight. Just in case. But yeah, this is like just as you guys sort of crest one of the little hills as you guys are moving along. As you guys come over it, you do see like in the far distance, you do see some distant and faint lights of what appears to be a town. It's quite a ways off. It's hard to tell.
Just where in the continent would we be? It's like, would this be like Allura, or is that too soon?
Roll survival. Yeah, Sneck is guarding people with a dagger just in case. Yeah, Jackie, you're not sure. Do you guys have a map, right? Like you guys have a map on you?
I know where we are. I don't get lost in the grasslands.
Okay. So I will. Let's see. Yeah, Sneck was actually protect vampire daughter later. He's not yet been told to stop. That's very cute. That is cute. But yeah, so I'm gonna bring us back to the map here so that we can have a little gander at where we are. There we go. So, where we began in Alderth, and then you guys made it to this point of the road, where you then moved along the side of the river there. You then made it to about that point where you found the stone bridge and have crossed and are now about there. So there is on the map a marking of a village, but it appears that it is unnamed.
Okay.
That is kind of weird.
An unnamed village on a country-sized map? I mean, not that weird.
There's like a town there, but it doesn't have a name written down on it. Yeah, and you would know that isn't the worst thing. That like there's I mean, heck, there's a bunch of towns on this map that aren't even marked. Like
Fair.
That's certainly something you've come to learn as you guys have been traveling, that it's like, the map's a pretty good guide, but it's not going to give you a lot of, more specific or precise information. So yeah.
If possible, we should try to skirt around it. Do we see what would be a good area to skirt around it, like terrain that we could get around the village with?
Well, as it is, where you are, the path that you guys have been on goes right into the town. The countryside that's around it is something that you could certainly attempt with the wagon, but I mean, just looking at it, there's enough sizable stones and rocks and whatnot off next to the road that it would be definitely a challenge to attempt to ride through the countryside rather than take the road. I'm not gonna lie to you, you might lose the wagon.
Oh.
I could take it.
Well, since we kind of want the wagon,
We just got the wagon.
It means we're going to have to go through the town.
do we try to just rock up through? And is it like how big is this town? Is it a dozen buildings? Like we'd be riding through, and we'd have the more human guys, humanish people out, and then just ride through and pretend nothing happened. Like we're just a noble carriage riding through.
I'm gonna say roll
Or
a
is
perception.
It's fine. If we start to go off the cliff, I'll jump off the last second before we hit the ground, and we won't take any fall damage.
From what you can tell, at least at this distance, it looks to be maybe a dozen, maybe 2 dozen structures, like small buildings collected together in an area. The way that some of the geography is done, like this definitely was some kind of farming community. Like little stone walls built up throughout the fields and whatnot. That is definitely going to make it difficult to take the cart through the fields in this area. But yeah, and then with a 6 perception, like you can't really tell too much about it. But you can see there's a lot of buildings there. A lot of the lights are out, so it's reasonable to assume, at the very least, and I'll just hand you this one, that if you were to ride through a village, if you ride through a village in your carriage at nighttime, you'll probably get through the village without anybody noticing. And anybody that does see you will just be like, whatever, some people just riding through town. Like, who cares?
Not only that, if it's a tiny village and it's a very, very, very expensive looking wagon, most villagers are just not gonna go anywhere near you.
Yeah. Because odds are, if they look at you funny or, like, get something on your carriage, you'll just kill them. You'll be allowed to. Like...
Yeah.
Oh, that means gotta go use the bathrooms.
Oh no.
I think Alloy's probably going to be like in favor of taking it through this night and then making camp on the other side of the town.
Yeah, given what we know, I got a bad feeling in the pit of my stomach, but given what we know, that is not enough to really give reason not to just ride through the middle of the night and just get as much distance between it and us as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Snack is firmly of the viewpoint of we keep going, and if the town becomes a problem, we exterminate a town.
I gotta run out of people eventually.
Well, only if they get in our way, but we'll just ride through, and if like a group of dudes with torches and pitchforks get in our way, then we'll just eliminate a town. It's not even on the map.
Well, no, it's on the map. It's just not named.
See? And then if anyone comes later, it'll just look like runes. No one will miss it.
Certainly plenty of people jerky for Piff.
See? And fresh
Work.
and fresh blood sacks for Vampire Daughter Lady.
Nobody will know you're gone.
It's win-win.
Yeah.
So yes, Snack votes.
Just make sure the map is wrong about it existing.
Hey, with enough fireballs, anything can disappear.
I only got 3 of those.
And with enough
You
prestidigitation,
can make it work.
can exist. Wait, what?
Yeah, with enough scorch marks, we can just make it look like the town burned down a long time ago.
True.
Glass the whole village.
Fuck.
This is where I remind you all:
For
a snack
the
is lawful
love
evil.
of God.
A snack is lawful evil and does not see people as people. Snack views people the way most humans would look at goblins.
Shit, we still have napalm bombs. I just remembered.
Mm-hmm.
I'm chaotic good, but I see humans as evil people, so They're good.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I think there's a few of us that are good, but with enough justification will.
just
Justification.
Snexus requires far less justification. Snexus justification are you got in my friend's way and tried to hurt them. That's really all he needs.
Dragier is neutral good, and he doesn't exactly see the people, the individual people of the Empire as evil, just its leadership.
Yeah.
So he doesn't like causing harm to the...
Have you seen the way most humans react to goblins? That's why Piff does not like humans.
Yeah, it's just a case of Drakiar understands they've just been misled to believe we will kill them given no other chance. So he knows they think they're just defending themselves, so...
Alright. Is Esteban back? Esteban? I'm sure he'll say something once he's returned.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing in the chat? Everybody doing okay? Having a good night? Doing okay?
I like the ambient noise you have going, Doc.
Thank
Nice
you.
little, like, hoot owls and, like, crickety noise. It took me a second to register that it was, like, game sound and it wasn't just, like, I had the window open or something. Which is good. Like, that's like, perfect.
No, thank you. No, I have like specifically several nighttime ambient sounds for both forests and fields. So I'm glad I've got a chance to use it this time. So this is good. Work sucks. Glad I'm not streaming tonight. Happy to be relaxing. That's nice.
So Doc, if you're crazy and bored one day and for whatever reason have time that you never do.
Crazy, yes. Bored, no. But yeah, never having free time. But please continue.
I'm greatly amused by right now that Dead by Daylight currently has MMR turned on as a test.
What's MMR?
Skill-based matchmaking.
Oh, good. They're testing that out?
Yes.
That'd be
they
nice.
tested it out previously and it went horribly because they had something wrong with the coding. So like brand new players and people with like 5,000 hours were both starting at the same point as far as the rating was concerned. So yeah, that went badly. This time they were smart and they like collected data like off and on for a while.
Yeah.
So like if I play, but because it's killer specific, that way like I play Demogorgon. If I'm playing Demogorgon, my matches are like really, really tight. I have to work hard for the win. If I turn around and play like Nurse, who I never play, I'm against significantly weaker survivors. I still lose because I'm terrible with Nurse.
Yeah.
But the point is, the games don't end in 3 minutes.
That's good. That actually does tempt me into potentially coming back and playing that game, just because, like, well, I mean, with skill-based matchmaking being put into any game, you get the potential for smurfing. That's just something that happens.
Except
for the people that don't know what that
expensive,
it's people who create dummy accounts so that they can play the game at a brand new experience level in the game, but they bring their obviously like tons of fucking skill that they have into the game and then absolutely trash people who are playing on low tier sectors and zones. But with Dead by Daylight having like a gameplay, not necessarily like based system, but like as you play you slowly accrue stuff and you unlock things. So like if you came in with a brand new person, you would have your own skill, and then also you wouldn't have a lot of very good items or equipment that you could bring in. And I know that it seems like a very expensive thing for someone to do, just to harass and bully some newer players, but like there are people out there that are like, yeah, I can make like 17 new Steam accounts and then I can just clone this game across all of them and then play it on whatever one. So if one of them gets banned because I'm cheating or something, then I can just immediately boot up the next one. Like there's an insane amount of ways for people to get around it. But for like the 95% of everybody else who plays the fucking game, like that's good. That's very good news.
This is actually, Doc, it's a very, very, very aggressive system.
Good.
I picked up a character I legitimately had not played a single game on ever. Okay.
Oh yeah.
My first 3 games were against rank 20s. My 4th game was against a 4 squad of rank 1s on comms.
Yep. But and just for the
But
folks
I'm
at
normally
home,
a rank
for
1
this
killer.
for this game, the lower your rank, the higher your experience.
Yeah, so I'm normally rank 1 when I play killer, which is the quote-unquote like top of the ranking list.
Hmm.
And playing a killer I never play, my first like 3 games were against basically new players because it had 0 data on me at all. I'd never played the killer before. After that, it went, oh, you don't belong here. And all of my games after that were like against other like rank 1 to 4 players.
Hmm.
And it only took like 4 games to get there.
Wow.
So yeah, even if somebody wanted to like clone and make multiple accounts to try and like troll, low rank,
Hmm.
they get like 5 games. And then be right
He's back.
started. Yes,
Ah, good.
Esteban returns.
Azabane has returned.
Oh,
Hello.
sorry.
That's okay.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah, they're saying we should
What?
make a NPC like Foghorn Leghorn. Make the funny. Who is Foghorn Leghorn?
He's the giant chicken from Bugs Bunny and Tweety.
Yeah, the
I
giant.
don't have a foghorn, but I have an air horn.
him. Oh my god. I say, boy.
I said boy. It's
Wait,
terrible.
that's his name?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Foghorn.
it's Foghorn Leghorn.
That big stupid chicken from Looney Tunes who talks like that. His name is Foghorn Leghorn.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I
Well,
also didn't know
I
that.
said
I
boy.
was today years old.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh.
We were both one of today's 20,000 it is?
Hmm.
I grew up with way too much Looney Tunes, and I'm really glad they're getting rid of Rape Skunk.
Yeah. And it's just so funny watching conservative people try to like play the victim when they're like, they just wanted to get rid of the rape skunk, and the reason he's not in Space Jam is because the only scene he was in, he was being rapey, and someone was
Pretty
like,
much.
well, we don't get to talk about it then. It's like, yes, we don't, in a children's movie, we don't get to have the rape skunk bring up conversations about rape. Could we just not today?
Yeah.
Like, I
Exactly.
understand that the actress who was in that scene was a little bit upset because then it's like, now she doesn't get to talk about this, and she thinks it's a very important thing to obviously bring up to children, as like that consent matters and that it's an important thing, and I agree to that point. But
But
also,
then the G movie becomes not a G movie, and
exactly.
then you can't show it to kids anyway.
To which then I was like, yeah, but also we can have a children's movie with old cartoon characters in it that don't involve that as well. Like, we can do that at the same time, please, can we? So
No.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Esteban,
Where were we?
thoughts on crossing through a town? Because so far the consensus is we just keep going, and if the town tries to stop us, we delete the town. Otherwise, we just keep going.
Yeah, Talon's for that.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys
Before we
decide.
enter down, Talon does tap his own head and turn himself into human for a bit
Boom.
and take his mask off.
Okay. So yeah, you use the what is that spell?
Disguise self.
Disguise self. Turn yourself into looking like a human man. Taking off your mask, and then you guys continue to travel into town. As you guys are coming along, you're approaching the town, and you can definitely see that like this is like a nicely worn road leading in there, and that it definitely would have been very difficult for you to try to take this thing off the road, almost impossible at the very least, with like the farming communities surrounding the nearby county having built like small sort of knee to chest high stone walls out of the stones they picked from the fields to sort of like surround each of the little
Sounds like a
areas in which they were
challenge.
farming. Yeah, you could try to like do a gainer off the first one, but I don't think that it would survive if you decided to ramp off the first little wall. Disguise self, as opposed to the species-specific variant, disguise elf. Ugh, brutal.
I have the spell flight, but I don't think I can use that on the carriage.
Hmm.
It says one entity, doesn't it?
It's just a person. people. A willing creature, I believe, is the specifics of the spell of disguise self.
It's one creature I touched. Never said it had to be willing.
Yeah, I turned the carriage into a pumpkin on wheels. But as you guys are rolling along, you definitely, like I said, you can see that it was a good move to come along this way. But as you get closer to the town, it does look as though at least some of the buildings that you can see along the edge have been damaged by a fire from some time ago.
See, no one would even notice.
Uh-oh. Creepy music.
I was about to say, the moment you talk about nobody noticing, immediately we get that, somebody smacked the drum noise. Dang it.
You guys make your way just a little ways into the town, and as you're coming along, you do see that there is definitely, for the middle of the night, a lack of people around, but the road's still serviceable. You're still making your way through it, but you can see, what was this? What was this spell? Detect magic. Do you ritual cast or insta cast?
I'll go ahead and ritual cast.
Okay, yeah, as you begin the ritual, as you guys get to it, getting through the initial gate, you do see that the buildings that are at the edge of the town were damaged by a fire, but it's not smoldering or smoking, so it seems like it was some time ago that this happened. And you do also see, propped up on some stakes, are a few bodies tied up. Some other bodies wrapped and hung upside down from the rafters of some of the other structures.
Don't like that.
Quick, parry.
Parry! I parry the whole town, and we take the cart somewhere else.
Yes. I agree.
I thought we were done the Halloween content.
No, this is my campaign. It's all Halloween. You
We
never
moved from
left.
Bloodborne to Dark Souls.
Dark Souls is where I got the whole parry.
Yeah, just parry. The roads are still serviceable, though, as you guys are moving along. And eventually, making your way through the town's roads, at least the ones that are still intact enough for you to take the carriage through, you do come along what appears to be a large cathedral near the center of the town, a large stone structure that the roads take you past. Hold on, let me just center this for the folks at home here. There you go.
Keep riding, keep riding, keep riding, keep riding. If you don't
Yeah.
look at it, it doesn't see you. If you don't acknowledge it, you can't get drawn into it.
And as you guys are going along, you do
little faster,
hear
little faster.
a few voices of some people speaking
faster.
indiscriminately, sort of off to one side, and then stepping out into the road in front of you guys is a human, very well kept, wearing some quite handsome-looking armor, carrying a lantern. He steps out into the road in front of you and goes, "Ho there, travelers! Travelers in this place? Who? I apologize." As the man steps out with his lantern and goes, "My apologies, travelers. I'm Samuel Brightblade, Paladin of the Light. What brings you? What brings you to the town of Diora?"
Scarios.
And on that, we will end our episode. Yes, Rainer, this is the character that you submitted as a community character you wanted added into the game.
God damn it.
I thought he got canned.
Damn it.
He did,
What? God
but I
damn
brought
it.
him back.
No.
He was on the list, and I was like, all right, cool, lawful good,
He's a heretic.
human paladin, Samuel Brightblade.
Pipsy's jerky.
Pipsy's jerky. Snexy's a heretic.
Heresy jerky? Sweet delicious heresy?
That's an interesting question. Does Snack acknowledge?
The light as a religion?
We're about to find
Yeah.
out.
Oh, we're about to find out.
In Sneck's world, anybody who worships anyone other than the king is misguided.
Okay, yeah, but that's not it. That's not a heresy level thing. Heresy is a specific word for things that are particular transgressions against your own religion.
Which to Sneck means any religion that gets a little bit uppity and thinks it's anywhere near the same level.
Shiny Dorito Man is all I'm getting from that image. What do you mean, Dorito Man? What?
What?
Things are going to be interesting next time.
Oh, right, and I gotta add to my sounds that I need to get here. Cool. All right. Save that. Got it. All right, so thank you everybody for coming out to our live stream. This has been a huge amount of fun putting together for you guys. You guys having a good time? You guys having fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I do apologize that, yeah, we're not out of the woods yet when it comes to spooky stuff, so I'm sorry that you did indeed leave that one thing and now you're in this thing. And there's it's still some scary stuff that you guys can check out. So yeah, glad everybody's having a good time. I do apologize for being a little railroadery and getting you into this town. As I was like, oh yeah,
I was actually going to compliment you on the fact that you didn't technically railroad us. We had the option of leaving.
Yeah.
But you have crafted this in such a way of we have a really nice shiny thing we don't want to give up that doesn't take to off-roading very well.
Like you could.
So the option's ours.
You absolutely could have been like, no, we're not going through that town. We're gonna fucking like lift this carriage up over the goddamn stone walls and take it through the fields if we have to. And I'd be like, okay.
Oh, I
like,
should have done that.
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna fucking force you, but like, the road goes through the town, and you know if you ride through there at nighttime, you'll be fine. But you weren't, because I'm a bastard, and I'm sorry.
You're a lying bastard.
I'm so sorry.
I still don't see a problem. I just see a shiny metal man that's, good against lightning.
So thank you everybody so much for coming out to our wonderful game that we're running for you guys here. This has been so much fun for me to run. Thank you again for all of your views and your donations, your bits and subscriptions. All the new people that are in the chat, of course, there is a button down below if you want to join our Discord community, receive notifications on when we're doing more content, discuss between and amongst yourselves with all the cool things that we get up to on a day-to-day. And until then, though, I once again have been your kind and benevolent DM, Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius, Dr. Tara Watt. We are joined, of course, by our 6 intrepid players. Going from the top of the list, we've got Esteban playing Talrand, our skeleton archer.
I'm gonna have to end another conversation, aren't I?
We'll find out. We've also got Raynor playing our draconian sorcerer, Drakiar.
He's me, but I'm me. Get.
I get to play also you. He's secretly a Colombian drug lord. For those of you that don't know, whenever Raynor and I are doing writing meetings with the rest of the team of people from the GSVA, and he conferences on his webcam, he's growing a mustache and he looks like a Colombian drug lord, and I make comments about it on a regular basis. Because I think it's funny. But yeah, this guy's not a paladin, he's secretly a Colombian drug lord in disguise. We, of course, also have Keldaka Gray playing our kobold cleric named Sneck.
Sneck just changed his spells up. This should be interesting.
And, of course, we've got our Warforged Warrior Alloy played by Quad.
Some pretty boy is about to get run over. Yeah.
Yes.
These horses wouldn't even slow down if you told them to.
No, of course. And of course we've got Palanthir playing Caleb, our Air Genasi rogue.
So we've gone from Bloodborne to Dark Souls. Fucking fantastic. When's the Sekiro content coming out?
And also Diablo 3. This building is of Tristram and Diablo 3. So,
Oh, goody. So this is the Diablo 3 Dark Souls hybrid town.
You'll see.
Fan
I've actually got some
fucking
pretty fun content planned for this, so you'll see. I'm very excited. And of course, last but certainly not least, we've got NBsaurus Rex playing our Goblin Bard Piffles.
I just want more jerky.
Yeah, and we'll see you all next Thursday for more D&D, but tomorrow we're going to be playing more Evil Genius at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. See you then!